What's up, guys? We are back with another HFD podcast. We got me, KP. That's Chris C. How you doing, man?
Good, man. Yourself?
I'm good.
Best podcast in the world.
It is. I got thrown because I saw Dam's comment just then. He goes, "I'd want to have coffee with Chris Beach."
Just to try and get unblocked.
Oh,
Is he
shit.
trying to get unblocked?
I just want to get unblocked, man. I can't stand that someone's blocked me.
Last night was funny with them.
Dude, that was
the
funny
banter
because
was good.
they were paying each other out.
Could he see him?
No,
Don't
and
can't see
Dam's
him.
like, I can't see what he's saying.
I can't see what he's saying. Well, we had. I don't know if you saw the other day, but in the watch along, we had a poll.
Yeah.
And they said,
should he unblock him?
Yeah, should he unblock him? And I think Dan lost.
Why? Unblock him, man. Unblock him.
Oh, gee.
Well, Dam's there. He says coffee is wild. He said 420. Dr. Laz says I'd have coffee with KP because he makes the best coffee on the planet.
He does. I just had one. It was
HFD
it was
coffee
delicious.
is wild.
It was, yeah.
Chris is laughing. Dam says wild. I want to have coffee with Chris Beach. GT's laughing. Reeves says Rob, Dam, lads, how are yous? GT, Reeves, how are you, man? He's good. How are you, bro?
Good to see you, Reeves.
What's happening, big man? How you been?
Look, it's been a crazy week. Did a massive walk today. You were on the phone with me when we were doing it.
I did.
It was going up like hills like this.
It was wild.
Yeah, it was good.
That's wicked.
Feel good. Going back to work tomorrow, which kind of sucks. But look, before we go out with a bang, and that's why we're here at HFD Podcast.
Going back to work always sucks.
It does. It does. It really does.
It does.
But you only got 4 days, so once you keep knocking him down, he goes pretty quick.
You know, like when Jerry tells Elaine, when they're in Florida, and he's like, weekdays always go quicker than weekends. He's like, and today's almost over. So it's like 2 days, really.
Yeah. Yeah, but every time I say that to myself, like, oh, far out, it's going so slow. It's like, why do I
Yeah,
I don't want to I want time to slow because, I want to enjoy life.
Yeah.
But you want to go quick. So it's like, I don't want to speed up.
Reborn reckons work. I've forgotten what that's like. What do you mean?
You don't work?
That's wild. Reborn.
I'd rather be doing this full time.
Is Reborn a millionaire?
Well, maybe one day we'll be doing this full time, and it'll be
Hopefully.
that's what we'd love to do.
Well, we've taken our first steps to that.
Yeah,
Monetized.
we're going.
It's
man.
been a long process, and it's going places.
We're going places, that's for sure. But welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I want to see all the likes, guys.
This here right now is wild. GT says. Have you
wild.
got the Pepsi Max sponsorship yet?
No, this is my first. I haven't been drinking this stuff lately, man. Only when I come here, and maybe here and there.
It's just a HFD podcast. I haven't been at work for 2 years, and I'm still signed off for another 2. Oh, you must have. You did
Injury or something.
Injure yourself at work, man.
Yeah.
Far out.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Don't know.
Do like a wog boy where you hit my neck there, Steve, my car, hit the car there, my neck there, put it in there.
Oh, shit.
Compo,
That's the best. You don't say that around the Don.
Did you say government car? Isn't Wogboy a great movie?
It is. The first one's good, yeah.
Even the second one with Tony the Yugoslav.
Yeah, that's okay.
Not as funny though.
The first one's real good though. Yeah. Reborn's cracking up. Reeves, 2 years. You need a hobby. That's Dr. Laz.
How about you, KP? Still recovering after the Reds or the United lost. Because I'm pretty happy with my team. I'm still top of the ladder. I can't believe it. Not much to say, hey?
Silence is bliss. I'm upset.
Dr. Laz said that if I win the tipping, he didn't give me 100.
Alia said it.
And Alia. So
you got $200. You've really got incentive to win this.
I do.
You got like the most.
And then I'll give. You know what?
All said any one of us win it, we're giving the hoodie away.
Yeah, we will. So I look forward to that $200. Really do.
How far ahead are you?
I think I'm just equal with GT23. I think.
GT. What if GT?
Yeah.
He hasn't promised you $100.
No, he probably beat me though.
I'd love one, Rob. Oh,
it's a marathon, Chris. Hey, look, I'm doing really well. So if you guys want any tips on the tipping, come see me.
I'm trying to think what's the first game this week. What did we say? I'm trying to think. Did you tip Tottenham again this week?
I haven't tipped anyone.
You haven't tipped anyone yet?
I'll wait until the teams come out.
Soccer's not like footy, man. They,
Oh,
don't,
isn't it?
they don't let teams out till like 20 minutes before the game.
Oh, really?
They're like, over there, it's all like a mind game. Like, it's all like, we don't want to let them know who we got,
Okay.
Whereas in footy, you can prepare for a team because you know the teams 2-3 days in advance sometimes. What would you like better? I reckon it's better the soccer way because
And then you won't know.
yeah, well, it's more tactical because you can't judge for certain. You might turn around and go, shit, I didn't know Dixon wasn't playing when they thought he was going to play. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, what they do now is they do like a 25-man squad,
but still,
and
that's
then
not.
they cut.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not the same, but I get what you mean.
Oh, but we are August.
GT23, we are August
We are
premiers.
August premiers.
We are.
Joke of the week: Chris tips the EPL.
That's not joke of the week, Dr. Laz. Come
Oh,
on.
wild.
It's not. Have you got Dr. Laz? Have you got
I've got the Dr. Laz. Where is he? I got a guy there.
Gang.
By Grabthar's hammer.
GT23 is up and about though.
What a
1 hour.
savings.
See, official team sheets must be released 1 hour before the match.
All right.
So, but still, an hour is nothing.
Nah.
Nah.
That's all right.
But I reckon it's better.
You
Because
reckon?
you've picked your squad by then, not knowing, you got an idea, but not knowing what a starting lineup's going to be till you're there, really. And it's more I think it's more tactical.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting.
Footy would be weird.
It'd be
Because
weird. It would be weird.
It's so. Footy is a bit different to soccer, you know, like they say. The big teams, they say, you know, don't really focus on the other teams in soccer. They focus about them. But footy is a lot focused on other teams, what they do, how to stop them, how to.
Correct.
Different sort of. So
Yeah,
it'd be very
tactics.
interesting if you didn't know
No.
the lineup,
No.
how the game would
Because
go.
how would they prepare?
Yeah, it might just be, it's true.
But
That's
I
weird.
mean, there are some games where like I've seen players come out like in that Port Adelaide Essendon
Yeah, it
game,
happens. That's why they do the
Lysa
25
came
man
out.
thing. Yeah.
like 5 minutes to go before the game started. So
I actually agree with that, what Dam says.
just let it be a surprise.
No team sheets. You shouldn't have to tell
Do you
your
reckon
team.
Yeah.
I agree. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Like at all the local levels, they don't know who's,
No.
and they go do it tactical.
Exactly.
and-
At the end of the day, it's a game.
Exactly.
If you should know how to play,
That's right.
and whatever comes your way, you should know exactly what to do.
Dr. Laz with the super chat. He says, sponsored by Grabthar's Hammer.
That's the best. Thank you, Dr. Laz.
So we have to give him one up.
By Grabthar's hammer.
By Grand Thumbs Hammer.
What a
Now,
savings.
do you know what's so funny? On the show the other day when he imitated it so good.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
Dude. And Dan was in tears.
Oh, was he?
Rob put his face down. He was like, by Grabthar's Hammer. What a savings. And Dan was in tears. He was like, Rob did it.
Can we do one? Can we just take a video of him doing it?
I'll
then
get him to do it. He'll do it on Monday. He'll do
instead
it
of
on-
having the real Dr. Laz, have our Dr. Laz. That's the best.
You can just tell but when we do the script
It
read.
was perfect.
When we do the script read, how funny it's going to be. That's wild. But
Dr. Laz is wild.
Dr. Laz is wild. Aside from that, man, what are we here for tonight, man? Who this topic was given to us by Amanda.
She came up with it a few weeks ago. And we
Yeah.
were talking about, like, the last one was, like, which
The superhero
superhero
one.
would you want to be? And then we thought, who would you, if you could pick anyone to have a coffee with, or not just even a coffee, a beer or whatever.
A conversation.
Conversation, with anyone from any part of history or
Alive,
dead, doesn't
whatever.
matter. Who would you want to sit down with and have that conversation with?
And we want to know the chat, guys. Tell us, like, I don't know, if you want to do your top 5, whatever, put it in the chat.
So I'm going to ask you, who would you sit down with?
Listen, there's a few of them. I was saying to you before, Sir Alex Ferguson is
Oh, yeah.
definitely one of them. 100% love to sit down with Sir Alex.
What would you ask him? What would the conversation be?
It wouldn't even technically be to ask him anything. I'd just want to sit with him and
Just rack his brain?
just talk to him. Not even just, see him, see what type of guy he's like. And then
Yeah.
that later, but just.
He's alive, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So that could possibly happen.
It could. Sir Alex,
I would love what?
I would love to share a bottle of whiskey with KP and John Jarrett, aka Mick Taylor from the Wolf Creek movies, and Dr. Laz, because Dr. Laz is wild.
Oh my God, Wolf.
Can I ask something?
Taylor.
Can I
Jeez.
ask something first, Guy? You can definitely ask something first. My nonno Raffaele, because I never got to meet him. That's a good one. Didn't get to meet him. Yeah, there's a few, man. So Sir
yeah.
Alex, Eddie Murphy was like
Eddie Murphy would be
he's
fun.
like my movie idol.
Yeah.
I used to sit there just imitating Eddie Murphy like every minute of the day. Like,
You love Delirious
love him.
and Raw.
Even Jerry Seinfeld is up there for me.
I reckon one of them will be for
Yeah,
me.
he's
Jerry
up there for
Seinfeld,
me.
100%.
On the thumbnail, like Pele, I would have. My dad met Pele. My dad had coffee with Pele.
Oh, there you go. So he's had the conversation with
My
him.
dad has sat down with Pele and spoken to him.
Yeah.
When he was here it was for that junior. You remember when you went to High for the Olympics?
Hey, Amanda.
Hey, Amanda.
Alan Rickman, obviously.
Yeah, because he's Dr. Les. You remember when you went to that Junior World Cup thing at High Pele was here.
Oh, yeah, I
And my
remember.
dad
At the
met
Olympic
him.
Games.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and my
yeah,
dad
yeah,
met him
I
then.
remember. Yeah, I remember Brazil was playing.
Yeah.
The youth team.
Yep.
Is there a fifth?
And there's another one that I said no one will know who it is, barring if there's any Cypriots that know about Cypriot history.
Yeah.
It was the president of Cyprus when Turkey invaded, Archbishop Makarios. I would love to sit with him and know, because there was a military coup that involved Turkey to invade Cyprus. And I would love to have known the lead up of what happened.
That
to
would have been interesting.
because of my history, obviously, Cypriot.
That'd be very interesting.
Is it a bit disrespectful for the Matilda girls to be getting a statue for coming fourth in the World Cup? Well, me and Chris spoke about this earlier, and I did say we're going to talk about it, but I completely forgot.
Well,
That is a participate. Listen, this is not sexist by any way. This is men, women. I don't care who you are. You should not be getting a statue for finishing fourth. That is a participation medal at its best. And I was telling Jess about it today. I'm going to tell a story, so no one thinks that I'm being sexist or anything. I lost a cup final once at High. They gave me the silver medal, and when I got home, I chucked that silver medal in the bin. I don't know where that is. I chucked it. Because in a sports thing, if you ain't first, you're last, man. They should not be getting a statue for that. Even Jess said it to me. Jess was like, she's like, that's just, unless they're egotistical, the women should be saying, we don't want that. That's like, we just want to be treated equally. If we win something, or say, let's just say Sam Kerr, she goes down as an all-time legend, build her a statue later, once she's done. Not for finishing fourth. That's a participation medal at its best, and that's breeding losers, man. That's saying you can not win this tournament and be, a statue means immortalized. You're being immortalized for having a cup run.
yeah.
That's, and listen, it's nothing to do with men, women. That, if that was the men, I'd be saying the exact same thing.
When you told me this the other day, I was like, are you sure? I was like, are you sure?
I agree with John. It's not sexist. It's rude towards like women. That's what Jess said. Jess goes, that's like treating them like a little, oh, you've done well, girls. We'll give you a statue.
Yeah, no.
Because
ridiculous.
they didn't win anything.
No.
Like,
They don't deserve a statue,
England,
bro.
Are England going to be building a statue because they got to the final? No, I don't think so. That's ridiculous, man.
If they build a statue, which they apparently are, they're crazy, man. They've lost the plot.
Rob just said what I said. I lost the cup final at High too. Threw it out immediately because we played awful. Players in general don't care about not winning.
When a young person, right, goes up to that statue, or like in generations to come,
Yeah.
it goes, oh, look at this statue. There's the women's Matildas, and they finished fourth.
Yeah.
Like, what does that say
I
to
know.
generations, man?
Dr. Laz says, yes, guy, absolutely ridiculous. Like, what Jess put it perfectly to me. I was talking to her about it, and that's what she said. She's like, she goes, it's so actual disrespectful to women. She goes, the only reason one of those women will want that statue is if they've got massive egos and they're like, yeah, give me a statue because I'm the best. You know what I mean? Like,
It's ridiculous.
a painted mural would be nice as a celebration and a public appreciation, but not a statue. That's nuts. I agree with ETM. Spot on. Jess, there you go. Jess is in. How you going? She says, and on top of that, wasting money on unimportant things as usual. Exactly. Like, you're wasting money to immortalize them for... It's true. There's all this crisis about financial things, and it's like, oh, we'll build
I
you a
wouldn't
statue.
even do a painted mural.
Listen, I agree with that.
wouldn't. I wouldn't.
Whatever, but I agree with that. Give them something like that. Make a mural of, when
They finished fourth,
You
bro.
know, but you know when like the penalty save or something, like just and put it there
okay.
because it was a good moment.
Maybe that moment.
Yeah,
All right.
sporting
Yeah, they can have.
moment,
Yeah,
you
they
know?
can have that maybe, but I mean,
and then that's what Dr. Lad's
it's a
saying. Good idea, and Amanda's saying it as well.
It's a good idea. Look, it's a bad idea them putting a statue for fourth place finish. It's ridiculous.
And like I said, I was saying it to Jess. I said I want to reiterate the fact that it's got nothing to do with the men. If this was the men, if they turn around and said,
if it was men, I'd say no.
"Oh, they want to build a statue," I'll be saying, "Get lost." Like that's
100%.
ridiculous because unless you win something, like the men won the Asian Cup, first Australian team ever to win.
Was there a statue?
No. Did Ange Postecoglou get a statue? No. Because it wasn't like a World Cup or something. But to us, it was one of a big cup.
Yeah, but when in 2006, where did we finish? We finished like 15th.
Second round. We got out the groups. Didn't we get out the...
And how many teams is that? 16?
We lost to Italy.
That's
Yeah.
16 teams.
No, there's 32. And we lost in the round of 16 to Italy.
Okay.
Yeah.
But no statue.
No. And that was like... Did John Aloisi get a statue for that penalty?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Which is... I know they're saying now this is the greatest sporting moment, the Matildas, but for me, John Aloisi's penalty is probably Australia's greatest ever sporting moment.
it's great for them, but I don't think it's the greatest.
No,
ever.
for me personally, John Aloisi's for what it meant for the game, because it put soccer on the map in Australia, and
yeah, that was a good moment.
it was huge.
Yeah, but he got into the World Cup.
Getting into the World Cup,
was
it
huge.
was an achievement.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like that was, to me, that was bigger than this.
I think,
And
so.
I saw him. He was
I
commentating.
mean, this was good. Don't
Yeah,
get me
no, it was
wrong.
good. I'm
It
not
was
saying it's
it was
not.
good, and it was great to see the Matildas do really well. We're not saying that. What we're saying is to give them a statue for fourth place is ridiculous.
I agree. Zakal
Ridiculous.
deserves a bronze statue before the Matildas. Down
100%. Like when you go to Adelaide Oval, you see when you go to Adelaide Oval, you see all these statues everywhere.
Well, there's Sir Donald Bradman, who
Yeah.
is universally recognised as the greatest cricketer
Yeah.
ever. Okay.
Correct.
Barry Robran,
Barry Robran.
universally recognised as one of the best footballers ever. Like,
And then there's Russell Ebert.
and Russell Ebert again. He was in the same era as Robran, universally recognised as one of the best footballers to ever come from SA.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. But they're individual ones.
They're
They've done
individual,
something.
correct.
That's what I'm saying. Later, let's just say Sam Kerr goes down as one of the greatest players ever. Build her a statue then. In her hometown,
Yeah, that's different.
Optus Stadium.
That's different.
Completely
But
different.
not for fourth place
No.
finish.
Do you think Michael
No, you
Jordan
can't.
wanted a statue if they lost?
No.
No fucking way, man.
I don't think the girls would want it either.
No, that's what Jess said.
Yeah.
They, unless they're egotistical, they
I
should
doubt they
they
are.
should turn around and say, we don't want that.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
if it was the England team, we'd have a statue after every tournament, Reborn says.
No, no.
It's true. For the England men's team, if they could, they'd get a statue. That's funny. That's a good one. I like that. Guys cracking up.
Johnny Warren got a statue.
I think it's pretty cool that the girls got this far, and it's great for women's soccer, but it's not statue deserving. I agree. Damn says that. Johnny Warren got a statue, but it's because of what he did for the game.
Yeah, he did a lot for the
He
game.
was the captain of the 1974 World Cup team. He put... If it wasn't for Johnny Warren, like, it's fair to say, like me, Rob, I wouldn't even be playing soccer. That's...
The thing is, like, Matildas might not do anything now for the next 20 years.
Exactly.
We don't know.
That's right.
So,
Yeah.
yes, it was great.
Yeah, I agree with Amanda's comment. Spot
Yeah,
on.
so do I.
I know, like I said, I don't want it to come across in a sexist way
No,
at all.
it's not.
because
It's not. They did great
They did great, yeah.
for what they did.
That's right.
I mean, that last game, the defense was pretty
I know, it's
bad.
it's like people aren't allowed to turn around and say, oh, they played shit in that last game, because they did.
They did play shit.
Like,
Even
why aren't you allowed to say it?
Well, you are allowed.
Yeah, I know, but people get all touchy about, oh, no, they did well. Well, they didn't. They could have played better, and they missed a sitter. Like,
Their
know what I mean?
defense is pretty bad.
Yeah, like, do you know what I mean? Like, just,
I mean, the goals were good at that game.
yeah.
All goals, even England's goals. Were
Yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, just not good enough, and a statue definitely is not.
Andrew Bogut come out, so he's an Boomers legend,
Yeah, yeah.
and he was like, listen, it's really good, but you can't give him a statue.
No. No.
Like,
So this is actually happening.
well, that's what Amanda Pelishak said. But what I don't get is, what about all these other, what about, like, is there a statue? I know she's arguably the greatest tennis player ever, Margaret Court. She's Australian, from back in whenever it was. Is there a statue of her anywhere? How disrespectful is it to these? Is there a statue
No.
of Kathy Freeman anywhere?
She's one of the greatest.
Is there a statue of her? Does anyone know? What I'm saying is,
Could be a Sydney.
how
Sydney?
disrespectful is this to those women that have done great things? Have they been immortalized?
No.
Margaret Court won a Grand Slam twice, I think. Like the 4 things in a row, you know. Kathy Freeman did what she did, like,
Gold medal.
and that's just off the top of my head. Like, there's got to be these other greats. Have they been immortalized? This is disrespecting them.
I think it was just it's the hysteria
Yeah.
of the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I'll read a few of these. 100% the best person to have a coffee with is Dave Chappelle, the American stand-up comedian and actor, Paul says. Emotionally, spiritually, father of football in this country, we all loved him. About Johnny Warren, totally agree. Australia's first Olympic gold medalist, exactly, Dr. Laz. Great point, KP, damn son. That's what I'm saying. It's disrespectful to the women before them. Is there a Venus Serena statue anywhere? Yeah, exactly, like Serena, like Yvonne Goolagong, exactly, like there was a statue of Margaret Court in Perth, but they took it down. See, that's ridiculous.
Why'd they take it down?
That's ridiculous, man. Like, look at. I'll give you Man United, right? There's Man United of
Have they got statues?
the greatest storied club really in the history of football. Whether anyone wants to disagree with that or not, like their story is one of the best stories in history, and they've got a statue of the Holy Trinity at the front: Bobby Charlton, Dennis Law, George Best. There's no.
Is that outside the stadium?
Yep, right at the front.
Yeah.
There's no, there's a Sir Alex Ferguson stand. There isn't a Wayne Rooney statue, a Cristiano Ronaldo, and these are absolute legends because it's immortalizing, man. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe a commemorative dollar coin featuring the Matildas could work also. There you go.
Maybe.
Oh, because she said some racist stuff, Margaret Court. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, of course, acknowledge the
Yeah.
outcome.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember Margaret Court saying, well, what about Dawn Fraser? She came out and said some racist stuff, didn't she? But she's like,
Is it the swimmer?
yeah,
Yeah.
wasn't she meant to be? I don't know.
But back then, man, everyone was racist.
Exactly. $2 colored Matilda coin. Yeah, there you go. That's not a bad idea. Acknowledge their outcome. There you go. Great minds think alike. ETM's wild, man. He's into it.
But
He's got
yeah,
some good ideas.
he does. ETM.
A stamp collection. Yeah, there you go. Stamp
collection.
something. Just commemorate them.
Yeah,
They're doing a good job.
it was a good job. Yeah, but yeah, statue.
Please.
Yeah.
Please.
If they had won it,
Mate,
maybe.
give them a statue. If they won it, I
If
agree.
they won the World Cup,
If the Australian men's team win the World Cup, give them a statue. But until that day,
nah.
you don't give them
I
a
don't even
statue.
think the Greek Euro team got a statue in 04.
Yeah, because they know in Greece, they would have been like, oh, do you want to build us a statue? And they're like, yeah. Do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow.
Do it tomorrow. They're still doing it.
It's not an idea. The Matilda $2 coins are already out. There you go.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. Dr. Laz, yes. Ivan Gulagong, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Paul's wild.
it's disrespecting these great women that came before them because you've given them nothing.
Yeah.
Like,
I think that premiere in Queensland, she's a bit crazy.
well, this is the thing I say as well, right? This is the question I ask. If the World Cup wasn't in Australia, let's just say it was in England, and Australia did the same thing, got fourth, would there be any talk of them having a statue?
Would there be press about the games?
Exactly my point. So they wouldn't be talking about, but because it was here, they're trying to rule
I mean,
it.
it was, as I said, the hysteria went crazy with it.
Maybe a coffee with
So-
the Matildas to ask them if they want a statue.
I mean, that's a good one.
That's funny. The commentators got it horribly wrong. They said Matildas was best football performance ever. Men's won Asia Cup and under 17s boys reached the World Cup final in 99. Yeah, exactly. Wasn't Ange Postecoglou in charge of both of them, Rob? That under the 17 boys
Yeah.
and the team that won the men that won the Asian Cup. So yeah, I don't know.
No, I agree
Does
with
he
you.
have a statue? No.
No.
Exactly.
No.
And I'm not saying he should have one. I'm just saying,
A lot of people that get statues, it's pretty much after they die.
well, they made one of Ronaldo and it was the worst statue I've ever
Oh,
seen.
really?
It was terrible.
I'm just saying, there's not many. A lot of the people, it's greats that have passed
Of course.
a lot of the time.
Well, that's what I think they were saying about Adelaide Oval. They were talking about, I said it to you, they were talking about McLeod and that. And they were like, well, just give him a bit more time. Like, he was active only 10, 15 years ago. Just give it some time. Like,
yeah, he doesn't need it now.
no, he doesn't. He probably will get it.
I reckon the ones he got there now are perfect.
Yeah, that's right.
I
I think they're planning to do more. They've left space at Adelaide Oval to
yeah.
expand it. And that's
Yeah.
what they want to do, get some Port, some Crows,
some cricket stuff.
cricket. But they got Bradman, like he's...
Like Bradman's in the centre of the.
Yeah, because he's the...
He's like in the where the grass area is. It's really cool.
The comment was the best performance at the World Cup. The Ronaldo statue is horrible, damn. And the funniest thing
I haven't
was,
seen it.
he's standing next to it, like loving it, and everyone else is like...
Is it really bad?
It was
Doesn't even
terrible.
look like him.
No, it was like... He was like this. And like he's next to it going...
Really?
And it's like,
That's
dude, it
wild.
looks bad, bro.
Oh my god.
Isn't Beckham's statue a bit strange too? I'm not sure. Where's Beckham's statue? Hey, Temp. On Temp. On. I love KK going, man.
How are you, man? Statues are creepy anyway. They are a bit creepy.
But where's Beckham's statue, Rob?
Where's where is it? Do you find Beckham's one of the greatest players to play for Man U?
Oh, listen, I watched this thing with Rio Ferdinand today, and he was saying about David Beckham. He was saying what? He was saying he wasn't a Messi or a Ronaldo, that had this. He goes, but he had the fundamentals of the game. Every fundamental, he goes, was 8 out of 10. He goes, he had the best shot in the team. He goes, he had the best cross, the best pass. He was fit, he could complete a beep test. So all the fundamentals he had.
So it was a all
down pat. It wasn't a Messi like, oh.
No, that wasn't a Messi.
No, it was, but he
8 out of 10 is pretty good.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, fair enough. Tex will have 2 statues. No, he won't.
Nah, no.
He won't.
No, listen.
He didn't even win a premiership.
The only, I'll tell you 2 people from Crows recent that deserve, will maybe get statues will be McLeod and Rashudo. Other than that, there's no one recently that will get it. Them 2 will get them probably later in life.
Nah, Tex just
No,
unless he wins a premiership and it's down the track.
Oh, LA.
I don't know.
See, again, that's because of what he did. They were talking about it. What he did for LA Galaxy and the MLS is next level.
Yeah.
Like without Beckham, and even now, like Messi wouldn't be there. He brought Messi there. Like he's done so much for that league. That's yeah.
Hey,
Hi,
Toby.
Chrissy, Toby, how are you?
How are you, man?
Yeah, for the Crows, from AFL, the only 2 that really deserve it, and listen, I'm a Crows fan, is McLeod and Rashudo.
I don't think anyone from Port deserves it.
Oh, maybe, like Treadray, Premiership captain.
Maybe.
Probably Treadray. I'd say him.
He's the only one, maybe.
Because he won a flag as well.
I reckon if Robbie Gray won a flag, he would have.
Maybe. But Treadray, Premiership captain, and he was acting captain too. That's what was so big about it.
If Robbie Gray had won a flag, I'd say maybe. But now, no.
Treadray probably deserves it. And McLeod and Rashudo, this is probably it.
Yeah.
Because what a lot of people don't realise about Rashudo is he only won 1 flag. And the flag he won, he was on the bench for like the first 35 minutes. Because it wasn't like interchange like now.
Yeah.
He sat there. Whereas McLeod won Norm Smith in both of them.
Oh, yeah, he deserves one.
But then Rashudo won a Brownlow. McLeod should have won one. Everyone knows.
I reckon McLeod gets one before Rashudo.
He was better than Rashudo.
Yeah.
And everyone says it. He should have won a Brownlow. He got dripped of one. And that year he won the Players' Play. Like, I agree. Did you hear CR7 and Messi won Golden Boot in their backyard leagues and they're proud of it? I don't think Messi's proud of it. I think the people are. Ronaldo would be, though, 100%.
Is that the Golden Boot for the...
I don't know.
For Saudi Arabia?
It must be. But Ronaldo would be proud of it. Messi, I think is... You know what I think Messi's doing? I've been watching him and I've heard him. He's just really enjoying life over there. Something different. He's living in Miami in a penthouse and I just think he's happy. He's won everything.
Doesn't have to do anything.
No, he loves it.
He's proven himself.
Yeah, and I just think he's enjoying it.
Yeah.
He's like playing out his... Whereas Ronaldo's still trying to tell people that Saudi Arabia is a good league.
Yeah.
Because he's very egotistical. And listen, you've got to be egotistical and arrogant to a degree to be that good. But please, man, come on.
No, he's
Saudi Arabia, man.
He's finished, man.
Of course, man. Okay, they did a proper one after. I didn't see it. That saw the prank video. Okay, I get you. And Toby says I'm good too, man.
So do you want to get back to the...
So back to it. We had a few. People were saying a few. You know what? I want to touch back on what Paul said. Paul said Dave Chappelle.
I did say
And
that.
listen, the one that I said, I'm telling you, without Eddie Murphy, Dave Chappelle does not exist. And he's admitted that.
Is that from like the movie Nutty Professor?
Oh, he was in it with him, remember? And he pays him out. Yeah.
That was the
No, but what I'm
best.
saying, without him, he says he's like, Eddie Murphy's my idol. Because without Eddie making Delirious that groundbreaking,
Yeah.
Kevin Hart isn't around now without Eddie.
It paved the
Of
way.
course.
Yeah, yeah.
Without Eddie Murphy, none of those guys are even
No.
relevant now.
Yeah, yeah.
And they all say Eddie Murphy's my idol. If you haven't seen his original, he was the best, man.
He was
So charismatic and he was funny. Like if you watch the Comedians in Cars with Jerry, he interviews Eddie, and the one because they came from the same place in New York.
Yeah.
Most episodes go for about 20 minutes. The Eddie Murphy one he does for like an hour. And he says to him, he goes, back then we were there, and he goes, we all knew you were this is Jerry saying it. He goes, we knew you were the funniest out of everyone. And that's Jerry Seinfeld saying that. He's
was
like, we
funny.
knew you were the funniest.
He was funny, man.
And he goes, your humor was different to mine. He goes, you swore, whatever.
Don't
There's
have
no
me.
Eddie Murphy. You know what? That's not true. Eddie Murphy has said that.
Wasn't Richard Pryor before him?
Yeah, that's what he's saying. Eddie Murphy has said that. Thank you for the donation.
Yeah,
he
he
looked
was.
up to him, but Richard Pryor, I've read his book. He tried to shut Eddie Murphy down because he was jealous of him.
Yeah.
He was trying to make it that Eddie Murphy didn't get gigs and shit. Eddie Murphy talks about it with Jerry. Richard Pryor was very bitter towards Eddie because he didn't like the new kid on the block that was funnier than him.
Yeah.
And listen, I love Richard Pryor. I agree. He goes, but Eddie talks about it. He goes, Richard tried to shut him down because he didn't like it. That there was someone newer, funnier. Genghis Khan conquered more lands than the Romans. The Romans took 400 years. Genghis Khan took 25. Dinner
Yeah.
with Trump would be wild. You know what
Dinner
they
with
say?
Trump.
They say 1 in every 3 men. This is apparently a fact. I think it's 1 in every 3 can trace their seed to Genghis Khan
Really?
because he just conquered everyone. And
Everyone, yeah. Like Alexander the
But
Great.
but I do agree, damn. Richard was a legend, but I think Eddie Murphy let it be. He let out the honesty of it later. You watch the interview with him when he says it.
Is Richard Pryor the one that played in Brewster's Millions?
I think so. He was in and Hear No Evil, See No Evil with
Yeah, he was good.
He was very much like an Eddie before,
Yeah.
But yeah, he tried to like shut him down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love Brewster's Millions.
100% guy. That would be wild. That must have happened after. I don't think it happened after Raw. It happened after Delirious. But Eddie just kept. He loved him still, so he kept talking about him in Raw because it was his bit. He had bits. He tells it though because he goes, Richard.
Gene Wilder, yeah, that's the
Gene
one.
Wilder. He goes, Richard always used to try to shut me down. He goes because he didn't. He was like that. He was didn't like it, which that's what people are like. Like they say that about Jordan. Like he was. He would give Kobe advice and that, but he was. Telling him you're new kid on the block,
So
man.
let's
But Michael Jordan, I'd love to.
let's go
meet
through your
Michael
5
Jordan.
again because there's probably some new listeners that.
Well, I don't even know if I could put it to 5.
Oh,
but-
we did.
Listen, Sir Alex. My dad met Pele, so I'm going to leave him out. Jerry Seinfeld, Eddie Murphy first. Eddie Murphy,
Was he your first one? If
Sir
you had a
Alex,
line-
Eddie.
Sir
Sir
Alex.
Alex, then Eddie.
Yeah.
The Archbishop that I said, Makarios. Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah.
And it would either be Ronaldo, the original, R9, or Michael Jordan. One of them. It'd be...
Oh, R9,
the
the Brazilian.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because apparently he's really humble. Everyone that says they met him, he's just down to earth.
Yeah.
He's... yeah.
Cool.
See, the Michael Jordan I could maybe leave out because him and Sir Alex are so similar.
Yeah.
The winning mindset. But like I said, I don't even think it would be there to rack their brains or how did you do this? How did you do that? I just want to talk to them.
Yeah.
Just to say I met Sir Alex, like I met Michael, like Ronaldo, like it's...
That's the best.
Yeah, so, Gene Wilder, Hear No Evil, See No, Yeah, Brewster's Millions, the toy, Hey, lads, hey, hey, Jimmy T. Hey, Jimbalaki. Hey,
Jimmy, how are you,
T.
man?
What about you? Do you have a 5?
Oh, I guess.
And you know what? Like, you put him on the thumbnail. I would love to meet him. It still could happen. Stone Cold or Bruce Lee.
All right.
I'd love to have met
So
him.
Stone Cold would be my number 1.
Yeah.
If I was going to have coffee with anyone, it would be Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, I'd have a beer.
Now,
with
that's
him.
because...
I'd have beer. No.
Oh, beer, sorry. So, like, because, like, you know, grew up with...
Yeah.
He was a part of my life, especially in my teenage years.
Oh yeah.
And I was obsessed with him, man.
Yeah,
I just loved everything about Stone Cold.
Yeah.
And just to meet him would be huge. Like, I'm not a big guy that goes gaga over celebrities, but him, I would, man.
Yeah.
Him, I'd like.
See, Rob
yeah.
says agreeing about Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan.
Second would be Bruce Lee.
Yeah, I'd love to have met him.
Because he was just a unique
was
mind,
cool.
and I love his martial arts. I love
Well,
everything about him.
Do you know Eddie Murphy says in his... They ask him the 3 people he would have loved to have... His idols, and you know what Eddie Murphy says? Elvis Presley, Muhammad Ali, and Bruce Lee.
There you go. The greatest.
And he's not even a... None of them are like comedians.
Yeah.
He loved them. So
Well, yeah, so I'll go... Stone Cold and who did I say?
Bruce
Lee. Michael Jackson.
See, I would have loved to... I forgot about him.
I would love to meet Michael Jackson.
Fuck.
Just sit there and... No, I'm still right, man. You can still say him.
When you meet him, can I come?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wicked.
Just to see exactly what he's like, and just, man, how much stuff could you talk
See,
to
even
about?
him, I even like the Elvis Presley one. I would have... That's a very unique one too. Like,
You know what? I would miss...
No, but it's just because of what he did. Like,
I mean, he did revolutionize
Just-
the way
yeah.
he did. But Michael Jackson is one guy I would love to meet.
Yeah, I would have loved to have met
Just to
Jacko.
sit down and have a coffee and see exactly how he ticks, what he's...
The question
and
I'm
just see
going to
what he's
ask, this is the question, this is the stipulation I want to put. When I meet these people, there has to be like a liar, you know, like
Yeah.
they have to tell me the truth. I want to know, if I ask them a question, that they've got a stigma on them, they have to tell me the truth.
Yeah.
Because if I meet Michael Jackson, I'm asking him if he ever did anything
Yeah.
like that. I want to know.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so Michael Jackson.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
know exactly.
want that liar curse on them when I meet them.
So yeah, Michael Jackson definitely. I'll probably go Adam Sandler. I love Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler.
I know that you got. I know you.
No, I love Adam Sandler's old shit.
His old
I just
stuff.
don't
I
like
love
Ivan
Adam Sandler.
says, "Woo, looks like you guys are at the studio." We definitely are.
We are at the studio.
Toby says, "For me, it would be Michael Jordan because he was the best NBA basketballer of all time. I don't care what anybody says. He was like Shane Warne in cricket." Yeah, I think he's trying to say. Yeah, listen, I agree. Michael, I don't think anyone will ever be as good as him, and that's not taking nothing away from
Jordan would be cool too.
It's not taking anything away from LeBron or anything. I think Rob has touched on it. I think him and maybe Wayne Gretzky are the only 2 players of their sport that it's not really a debate that they're the best.
Mm.
That's my opinion. But, you know, obviously there's other... That's just me. I just don't... When it comes to basketball, it's people that don't even know it, they're like, oh, Michael Jordan. But whereas soccer, you know, there's Maradona, there's Pele,
there's so many.
there's all these. But with basketball, it's like...
Basketball is just one.
Now, a lot of the youngsters saying LeBron and that, but it's for so long universally been Michael Jordan.
And the 5th one, you want a 5th one, or do you want to read chat out?
As a writer, John Hughes wrote Breakfast Club, Home Alone, and many more. Dr. Laz is saying, shouldn't automatically assume these people are good. That's why I said I want the liar syndrome on them, because I've always said it on this podcast. Chris knows I say it. Don't always want to meet your hero because your hero might be a fuckwit.
That's true.
Very
true. And then what happens is like
it tarnishes what you think about them, what you
Exactly.
like. So if you like Michael Jordan for being a basketball player, love him for that. Because you might not agree with his political views and all this other shit. Just like him for basketball. That's my advice I could give to anyone. Yeah. Amanda says, who would Jess want to meet? Hopefully she's reading it and can tell you. Having a coffee with Marilyn Monroe would be fascinating experience. I'm not exactly sure how it would go down, but I'll probably be swept away in some capacity, the moment says. There you go. KP, they should bring back the West End Showdown. The annual funny football celebrity charity day by the Little Heroes Foundation was played at Adelaide Oval and Glenelg Oval. I agree. They should bring that back. Mine would be Michael Jordan. I'll read Toby's again because I think he was correcting it. Mine would be Michael Jordan because he was the best basketball player of all time. Next would be the King, Shane Warne, because that man could do anything with cricket. Will never say the locks of it ever.
I thought someone was going to say KP or Chris E.
Paul did say that.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he did say that earlier. All right, so yeah, go your fifth one now. Now we've read all the stats.
I'll have to go probably John Candy.
Oh, John Candy.
Just because he'll be so cool. Like
Yeah.
I'm just imagining him with a cigar and playing pool or something,
John Candy was cool. I
and like
loved
just
him.
to talk to him. Like he'll be cool. I reckon it'd be really cool to talk to.
He would. He'd be a cool guy.
Yeah, it was sad when he died.
I was sad when John Candy.
Yeah.
You know who else I would have loved? So, and I missed him out. This guy, I think, with Eddie Murphy, are borderline two of the most talented people I've ever seen. And when he passed away, I was devastated.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd love to add him there is Robin Williams.
Yeah, he would have been great.
And apparently he was
To
a
sit
champion.
down,
But
to sit
apparently,
down with him.
as well, apparently he was into gaming and like he named his daughter Zelda after the game. Like
Yeah.
he was he was so down to earth and shit.
That was sad when he died.
Oh,
He was such a.
he was so talented,
yeah,
man.
he was.
Him and Eddie Murphy for me are so talented because they can do anything.
They could.
They've like just have a beer with Stone Cold, a whiskey with Keanu Reeves, glass of wine with Uma Thurman, a coffee with Queen Liz, and a joint with Noel Fielding, British comedian, and did Mighty Bruce. There you go.
There you go.
To be honest, KP, I'll have a coffee with Usain Bolt. There you go.
Usain Bolt, nice.
That's a good one too.
I just saw what Jim wrote.
Reeves, this is awesome. Agree, Reeves, Keanu Reeves, the Queen Liz. Coffee with Ange Postecoglou. My dad's met Ange.
Good guy.
Yeah, my dad's met him. My dad has met a lot of. My dad met Johnny Warren as well. Because when he was involved with the soccer and that, they used to come for all the president's dinners and all that, and they used to be a lot more interactive back then.
If I was going to go the sports route, I'd probably want a coffee with Foss Williams.
Foss Williams.
Yeah, sit down with him and talk about like how, not just Port Adelaide, like how
Yeah,
how he used to, coach and stuff, and his crazy methods, and it'd be so cool.
Hey Amanda, it's a tough question. I think a few serial killers and whoever has the most control of this planet. I don't know who that is. Jess is very intrigued with just to know what.
Yeah.
Like say Ted Bundy, just to.
Oh, their minds.
Let's
how
just
they
say
tick.
you had like I said, you got that liar syndrome on you. Why? That's what Jess is like, to ask them, why did you do that?
Yeah.
Like, let's just say Saddam Hussein, right? If you could meet him, even Hitler, and say, why? Because you know what? They might tell you like they were doing it for their country. It might
What if they say
it might make more sense though.
But what if they're on a lie detector test and they go, oh, it wasn't actually that, and they actually were not the bad guy.
Oh, that's what I
Imagine
mean.
that.
But that's what I'm saying. Like if they,
You're like, oh shit.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Interesting, Jess. Hess is wild. But I agree. Are you like Jess, when she was young, she wanted to be a criminologist to interview, like, because a serial killer's mind is like,
Oh yeah, they're correct. Yeah,
you want to break them down because some of them, like you look at Dahmer, like he's got notoriety now and all that because of the show and that, but he was completely different to Ted Bundy. He was like a lonely guy and not
see how they
saying it was
tick.
right why he did it, but Ted Bundy and John Wayne Gacy, they were just brutal men that just wanted to punish people. Like why? You'd want to know what made you do. And like Ted Bundy, why'd you lie till the end? Till you were on you had the fucking lethal injection in your neck. You were still saying you were innocent. And then you admitted it at the end. Like, why? Yeah, I agree there. Like Hannibal Lecter, exactly. Jack the Ripper.
Well, that's another. I was going to ask you, like, if it was a character from a movie that you could sit down and have a coffee with. But they're the it's the the
Akeem from Coming
Akeem?
Through. King Akeem or Prince Akeem.
I'll go Marty McFly.
Marty McFly would be a fucking good one.
or the Doc. Or the Doc.
The Doc would be wild.
Those two would be number one for
Because
me.
we're like, so you invented the flux capacitor.
Engines running, time circuits are on.
If I don't fully understand someone's thought process or actions, I'm intrigued. Also, whoever has top control of this planet to try influence them in a better direction, Jess says. There you go.
There you go.
Oh, the moment says, oh, that's a good one. Serial killers. You better have your wits about you. I've been listening to the Lucy Letby podcast lately. Still can't work her out. Now, you can't, man. When you watch the things, me and Jess have watched all the tapes of John Wayne Gacy, the Ted Bundy tapes, the Dahmer tapes. They're evil, bro. That's the thing. Like, you look at Ted Bundy and you see his eyes, man. They're black. You see the evil in him.
Yeah.
Why, though? You want to know, like that. Like I agree. Jesse Pinkman, damn, says if you could go with anyone,
Jesse Pinkman would
Walter
be wild.
White and Jesse Pinkman would be wicked a character. That's true.
They would be,
well.
actually.
Dracula, seeing as I played him on stage. Rob did play Dracula. In
Really?
yeah, and it was good.
Wow.
It looked good too. The pictures were wild. Another person I would like to meet or would have liked to admit I saw him live at a Blues and Roads Festival in Bournemouth. The great musical artists play the blues, the great B. King. There you go. Jess is laughing at damn. Lucy Letby is a piece of shit, Amanda says. I don't know her. Jess says, CBF meeting up with anyone I don't know. I suck at small chat. And there's a guy that's meant to be on a podcast. Guy. Yeah, she is.
He sucks
What
at small
motivates
chat.
her is beyond me. Elvis Presley, Robin Williams, Princess Diana. That's what I said. Elvis Presley, Robin Williams. I love
Princess
him.
Diana, that's a good one.
See, again,
That's
that's
a
what I
good
was going
one.
to say. You know, but we were saying about the statue before. Is there a statue of Princess Di anywhere?
No.
She was the biggest activist ever. She did so much for homeless and
No, but
feeding the hunger. Is she
the
immortalized?
royal family hated her, man. So
Yeah, but she was...
no, they wouldn't
What
do that.
she did,
Oh yeah, she did a lot.
like great things, yeah.
100%.
Poor Jesse, he always had to cop it, Jess says about Jesse Pinkman. He did. She was a nurse in England and killed 7 babies in a hospital. It's like that guy, the one that Louis Theroux. I'd love to meet Louis Theroux. I love him.
Love him.
Love him. Love him. The documentarian. Love him. So he did this thing with Jimmy Savile. Jimmy Savile was an English, Reeves would know about him, an English DJ presenter. And it came out in the end after he died that he was giving money to this Leeds hospital to get it built and everything. And he was going in there and like molesting patients.
Unbelievable.
He like molested this lady that had like no legs and stuff and like then kids and Louis interviewed him back in the day when he like looked up to him.
Yeah.
And then he like retouched on it, like
Jeez.
saying what it was like to look up to this guy and then find out all this and then like rehash it. And he goes, you go look back on it and you do realize, yeah, there was things you could tell. But I just thought he was extravagant. And see, Jess is saying, yeah, Louis, I love him. Yeah, Louis is the best, man. If you don't know Louis Theroux, watch his stuff, man. He is the best. How about having a coffee with Shakespeare? If he starts talking in rhyme, I'd ask for the bill, though. Yeah, I'd have some shots with Diana and a chamomile tea with Florence Nightingale. Paul says KP, thumbs up. There was a doco about that. So I met a guy that you love, right?
Who?
And he told a story. It was called The Night with Mark Williams. And he did a night with us for my soccer club.
Like Mark Williams, Port Adelaide, Mark Williams.
Yes.
Choco.
Yes. So he did a night with my
Yeah.
soccer club where he gets up on stage and talks about people. And he met Princess Diana. And he reckons, he was telling it in the thing, and we were talking to him later. He goes, she was the most down-to-earth person he'd ever met. He goes, he was so shocked because he thought when he met her, she was going to be like royal. And he goes, she was so down-to-earth. He goes, I was being so proper to her. And he goes, she turned around to me and said, settle down, mate. Like, just, be yourself. And he goes, then she came and had a beer with me.
Oh, nice. Well, there
He
you
goes,
go.
she was just so down-to-earth. Like,
Wow.
and he danced with her because it was at this function, this gala.
Yeah.
For whatever it was, and it was after Port won the flag, like not when they won the flag, sorry, before something he did, and he got to dance with her.
Oh, there you go.
And he goes, he was like all scared, and he goes, she was like dancing with me, and she was like, she goes, settle down, man, it's all right, I'm just another lady, like don't worry about it, like just chilled me out, he reckons, and
Wow.
he was cool, I liked him. He was a Port bloke, and I liked him.
Choco.
Yeah, he's a good guy,
Choco was good.
nice guy.
Choco was good.
And I had a drink with him that night. I was about 20, I reckon, when it happened, and he was champion, man.
Yeah, Choco's another guy.
Maybe even a bit later. Sorry, I was a bit later. It was when he was with GWS. He came and did a thing with us,
Oh, okay.
and he was talking about, the shit he did for Dustin Martin, mate. I'm telling you, if it wasn't for Choco, Dustin Martin isn't the player he is. You know what he used to do to him? He didn't have a family. His dad was in jail and shit. Whatever.
Yeah.
Every Wednesday night, he used to go to Choco's house and have family dinner.
Yeah,
And he was like friends with Choco. Goes, I used to see him. He was like a 20-year-old, and he would sit with my kids and act like a kid. He goes, because he never had a childhood. And he
Yeah,
goes, he was like a father to him. If it wasn't for Choco, I'm telling you, Dustin Martin isn't the player he was.
Wow.
100% down to Choco, man,
Yeah.
because he did all those family things for him.
Yeah.
So you could tell he was like a nice guy.
Yeah, no, he was. People loved him at Port Adelaide, man. Loved him.
Oh yeah, I'd have some shots with Diana and Chamomile. Oh yeah, we read that. Go watch Louis Theroux on Stan. It's a great bunch of documentaries. Yeah, his documentaries are the best, man. If you haven't seen him,
You know who I'd love to meet? Chopper Reed.
Chopper Reed.
Chopper Reed.
Chris met him. Krillin. Do you know how he
Mando
met
used
him?
to see him all the time.
Yeah, do you know how Krillin met him? We
How?
had this mate here that
Yeah.
was his nephew.
Oh, really?
And like, but they didn't even know it was him at the time until he started getting notoriety. They just thought it was this crazy uncle guy. And then he started getting notoriety, the movie, who this guy was, and Chris, I used to see him all the time.
Oh, really? Yeah, he would have been a really cool guy. To
Yeah,
talk
well,
to.
apparently he was chill.
Like chill, yeah, it would have been cool.
Do we think that she got killed by the royal family? Jimmy says that's a topic for another day. I think, as she was dating a Muslim man, she was with Dodi Al Fayed, Muhammad Al Fayed's son. Well, he's adamant they killed her. So, Jess, you are awesome. Sean Fooster has a podcast about crime and justice issues in South Australia.
Is that the wrestling guy? Is he the guy that is in RCW?
Sean Fusters?
Yeah.
Do you know him? Don't know.
I know. Yeah, I think that's the guy that does like wrestling.
I used to see him all
Maybe.
the time. Amanda says. Oh yeah, about Chopper. Yeah.
Yeah, about Chopper.
Imagine meeting Bronson.
Who's Bronson? Bronson Reed. I don't know who that is.
Don't know. Listen, guys, it's been great. Keep interacting. But if you're new, please like, share, subscribe, and let us know if you're someone new in the chat. Make yourself known, introduce yourself, say hello. Bronson. Who's Bronson Reed?
I don't know who Bronson is. I'm trying to think.
Thanks, Paul. I'll take a peek at that podcast. Just says justice issues in South Australia. That'd be interesting.
I think he's I think he's been on like a current affair and stuff. I think. But it's pretty cool.
And there is one other one. You know, I want to touch on the one that Dam said. He said about his nonno Raffaello. My Bapu's brother. I would have loved to have met him.
Yeah.
He was we had a family incident that happened where he lost his life and my uncle lost his life at the same time. And I would love to have met him. I didn't get to meet him because what my dad was actually the last person to see him alive. And I would love to have met him.
That's like me. I'd love to meet my great grandfather that came here first to Australia.
Yep, the pioneer.
So just to ask him how'd you come over here? How'd you do it?
Yeah.
How'd you transition from Greece to here in the 40s?
I'm so lucky, and I always say that I got to meet all my grandparents, and I'm I
was lucky too.
Very privileged for it, and like, I'm very grateful for it that it happened. And KP, we love Choco and Timmy Geneva. There you go.
Timmy G's wild. We just don't like Rowie.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
I don't think KP likes Rowie either.
No, I don't like Rowie. I never liked him as a player. He was shit. But that's what it is to me. I didn't like him as a player. He was terrible.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Like, it's got nothing to do with even how stupid he is. He was just crap. And he talks like he was this A-lister player when he wasn't. And it annoys me.
Charles Bronson. Who's that?
What about...
Is he a killer?
You know who I would love to have met? Yeah, because he said Charles.
Yeah.
To know what the fuck he was thinking. Charles Manson.
Yeah.
Like the serial killers. What? Fuck, man.
Or Ivan Milat. What are they thinking, man?
I'd love to have met the guy, the Port Arthur massacre, and ask him if he actually did it.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Osama bin Laden, to see if he did it, if he was involved.
Yep.
Imagine he goes, yeah, I was. And all these like theories, everyone be like, and it was like, you knew he was telling the truth. You'd be like, but then he goes, oh, no, I'm not. Like,
but he'd be like, oh, but I was part of the CIA.
Yeah. Well, okay. I've always said that, listen, regardless if he was involved or not, they trained him, so...
Exactly. No, there's a lot of dodginess.
And they know they trained him. So
there's a lot of dodginess in that.
I'm having a coffee right now with KP and Chris C, down-to-earth guys. Hey! Ivan says Kathy Freeman.
You're a nice guy. You are a nice guy.
Oh, you know what? Like, I'll say it to this day. Mate, I cherish every coffee I have with my dad. Because I tell people he's my idol, mate. Like, aside from sporting idols and that, my life idol is my dad. And
you do. He is for you.
100%. 100%.
Which is it's very nice.
100%. It's
some people don't have that, man.
Some people don't have that with their parents in general.
It's really nice
like
to see.
girls with their mums, they don't have it. And I always, like I said about my grandparents, I was close with them.
Yeah.
Especially my dad's dad, really close with him. And I cherish the fact that I got to experience that.
Yeah. So, no, well done, man. That's great. It's good to be close with your family.
100%. I love it. GT, what a legend.
GT is good bloke.
You know what? For that, I'm gonna call you Yorgo.
I wonder if we ever get together and have coffees.
100% we will.
GT 23.
Yorgo, we love you, mate.
Yorgo. Who else, man? Who else? You haven't mentioned Muhammad Ali.
Because I put Pele and Michael Jordan ahead of him.
Okay. When
it comes to sports, I think the only people that put Muhammad Ali ahead of those guys are Americans. Because...
Do you still think Muhammad Ali is the greatest ever? See, I don't think he is.
Listen, I've always liked,
He's good. He was
from
good.
a boxing point of view, I've always thought Tyson was better. But it's subjective, man. It's opinion.
See, Tyson
It's like,
would be cool to me.
it's like how me and, Dan, we like about the tennis and that. It's subjective. It was a different
it
era.
was.
Like, remember we had Adrian on and we've asked him about it. Like, remember Adrian said it. He's like, well, what would Muhammad Ali was 6'2", like similar height to you,
yeah, similar
bit
height.
shorter, and he was fighting all guys that height. Like George Foreman was 6'4". Like, what does Muhammad Ali do against? And I'm not saying Tyson Fury is better, but what does he do against a guy that's 6'10" like that?
Nothing.
Whereas Tyson, we know he was my height. He fought guys that were 6'5" and that, and he
was a good. He had a good punch.
Listen, I think they're probably the two best in my opinion.
Yeah.
But then again, there was Frazier. Like there was.
Some good ones, man.
Yeah.
He could. I just think Muhammad Ali could take a beating and then go for it.
See, Ivan says greatest ever will be Leo Messi. See, he's one of the greatest, but I don't think he's the greatest ever. No.
Ever.
No. He's one of. Listen, he is one of the greatest players ever. That's no.
It's hard to compare eras.
There's no doubt about that.
It's hard to. You can't compare eras,
Yeah.
man.
There's no doubt
You know
about
what I mean?
that. But like you ask the older guys, like my dad will go to his grave saying Pele was the best.
Yeah. But
Sir Alex Ferguson, they asked Sir Alex, and he coached Ronaldo, and he says Pele was the best. So, it's era dependent.
some
as
people
well.
say Maradona,
I think the Ronaldo was the best player I've ever seen, the Brazilian.
the Brazilian one. I mean, his career did hamper him, but
It's still the best. I've never seen a person do with the ball
what he could do, yeah.
what he could do, and he did it so effortlessly, smiling.
He's always smiling. Man.
Like he tells, I remember Zidane. Like people think Zidane was one of the best ever, and he tells a story about him. He goes, we had training at Real Madrid, five-a-side, and he goes, Ronaldo got the ball, and he goes, he dribbled the whole team up to the goal, dribbled the keeper, stopped the ball on the line, dribbled them back, and then did it again just for a laugh. And this is Real Madrid.
Yeah.
And he goes, just did it for a laugh, like just to joke and giggle like it was nothing. Like
crazy.
And we were trying to get him and. That's just me. But listen, Messi is one of the best ever.
Maradona would be cool.
Maradona is one of the, and I would have loved to have spoke to him.
Maradona would be cool to have a coffee with.
Yeah, because he was down to earth as fuck.
He would have been really cool.
The thing with Ali is that he had those epic wins against Sonny Liston, George Foreman, and the Thriller in Manila, and the Rumble in the Jungle with Joe, and then Joe Frazier, which could have gone either way.
Oh, he had the charisma.
And then exactly, he had the charisma, and like I said, he had the Rumble in the Jungle with George Foreman, which is so iconic. When George Foreman's just dangling and he drops like rope a dope. Like I agree, I do agree with that, but it's era and it's opinion. That's why I say the best thing about all these things is no one's right.
Nah,
because it's your opinion, it's my opinion.
I think what Muhammad Ali did for the sport was huge. Like you might have some better boxers out there now.
Yeah, of course.
Like Tyson Fury, but what he did for the sport is unreal.
See, I think Ronaldinho is one of the greatest. Never seen a player go past people like it and with a smile on his face. And see, even Ronaldinho.
Yeah, he was good.
But his name means Little Ronaldo because he admits it that he learnt all his tricks from Ronaldo. When Ronaldo was in the '94 World Cup, the real Ronaldo, his shirt said Ronaldinho. Because that's what it means. It means Little Ronaldo. And then Ronaldinho came on and Ronaldo was still there. So Ronaldinho means Little Ronaldo.
So is Ronaldinho now Ronaldo?
No, because there was still a Ronaldo.
Oh, right.
But the other one was just that because he was young.
Right, I didn't know that. Yeah. Wow.
Because his name is Luis Nazario de Lima, the Ronaldo. That's his real name. Like Pele's real name is Edson Arantes de Nascimento. None of them are they're just nicknames. And Reeves has got the eyes. Little Chris. That's what my brother-in-law calls Chris Krillin. He calls you Big Chris and Chris. And I said, can you call Chris Little Chris? And now he just calls. He goes, how's Big Chris and Little Chris?
That's the best.
And I go, can you call him Little Chris to his face?
He would hate that.
Shit. Yeah. Reborn with the eyes. Is that because of what I said about George Best? I would have loved to have met him. He was like Maradona. Him and Maradona were the first rock star footballers. And I said this. You tell me, is it a coincidence that they died on the same day, 10 years apart, when they were...
Did they?
Yeah. And they were like...
No way.
You tell me is that like...
That's freaky.
Yeah.
Jeez.
They died on the same date, 10 years apart, yeah. And they were like the two, real Ronaldo and the other Ronaldo, CR7. Listen,
Would you have a coffee with CR7?
I would. I'm a diehard United fan, but I still call him the other Ronaldo because I love CR7. What he did for Man United, he won a Ballon d'Or with us. But there's the real Ronaldo, mate. That's
Yeah, I
the
know, but
real
you still
story.
wouldn't have a copy with
Oh
him.
yeah, listen, he's a champion.
Yeah.
Someone that like dedicated, like Michael Jordan. He's so dedicated to his craft, and I would,
Yeah.
100%. I would never say no. I'd say no to Steven Gerrard. If they said to me, "Do you want to meet King Kenny Dalglish?" I say no.
You wouldn't want to.
Do you know my friend? Do you know Chris's Gumbaro?
Yeah.
He got free tickets to go see Liverpool when they came here, and he gave them away because he hated Liverpool. He didn't want to go, and I was like, "You're not going to go?" And he's like, "No." And he goes, "Do you want him?" I'm like, "No." I didn't want to go see Liverpool.
Liverpool, man, they're good.
I don't care. I hate it.
They got that cool song they sing at the start.
It's not cool at all.
It is.
Why?
What's it called?
No, I'm not saying that. Ivan wants me to sing it, and I'm just not saying that.
Oh.
And Ivan says, "Brew KP." Rude says, "Just rude."
I reckon it's. I mean, I'm not a Liverpool fan, but I like how they hold the scarves up. Like we kind of do it at pool games, but yeah, it's pretty cool. What is it? I won't say it.
They're gonna write it, but I'm not saying it.
They're gonna write it.
They're definitely gonna write it, and then you can read it. Ivan will write it.
I won't read it.
You can read it. I don't care. It's just rude. They're saying, "Listen, you gotta be loyal, man."
Why are Liverpool the hated ones? Why can't like the other teams be your hated ones?
I hate Liverpool. I hate every other team but Man United. I admit that.
Yeah, but-
know I'm like that.
Yeah, but is Liverpool the worst one?
Liverpool, for me, very followed closely by Man City and Chelsea.
Yeah,
Liverpool for me, yes.
number one.
Yeah. Listen, people might not believe this, but I am almost 40. And I got into soccer. I was into it. My dad got me into soccer. He was a diehard United fan, my dad, because he'd lived in England and he was like reading about it when the crash happened and all that. And he got me into Man United. And at first I was not really into it. And then we watched I think it was the 95 FA Cup final. It was Man U Liverpool. And it's the last time they've ever met in a final. And Eric Cantona scored this winning volley where the ball was like behind him. He like popped it. And I remember watching it. We're at the soccer club and I was like, and he had his collar up and I was like, who the fuck is this guy? And I was like 9 years old or something like, and I was like, and I just fell in love with it. Like, it was like, I could not believe this guy was that arrogant, that carrot. And I was like 9, like, and he was doing it. I was like, what the fuck? And then like, I found out all the other stories about it. Man, you're definitely the most hated club. KP loves Hull City, no way.
Why the hated club?
And that Man United are the most hated club because they're the most storied club. And that's a fact. They are the most storied club. Like, they're storied because of the plane crash, because of, they are the most storied club. And then because of the success they've had recently. Like, for 25 years, they were dominant. Like, so everyone hates them. All the new generation hates them because they ruined their childhood.
They're like Port in their
Yes. Port are the most storied club, so they're the most hated. And that's the fact. Like, whether we admit it or not, that's the truth. So, yeah, and then like I just fell in love with that Eric Cantona moment because of then, and then I was like,
all right.
and it was against Liverpool. So
if say Reeves has a bet for you, right, and then when they play Man United, and he said, if Liverpool win, you have to wear a Liverpool top. Would you do it?
I wouldn't take the bet.
Really? Is that how much you just really? They wouldn't even do it for a.
You know how you and John do the. You know how you and John do the. You know how you and John do the Port Crows one.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take the Port bet with you because I wouldn't want to wear the Port scarf, and I'm admitting that.
Yeah, no one wants to wear it.
No,
bro,
but I
it's
wouldn't
a
do
gag.
it because I won't want to do it. No, I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't want it to be clipped that I'm wearing a Liverpool top or a Port top.
Oh my God.
But I'm admitting that. I admit that. At least I'm man enough to admit it.
Oh, as if yeah, true.
You know what I mean?
True,
Like,
true.
Jess, the podcasts are on 5AA radio called Just Lawful True Crime with Chief Court Reporter Sean Fu. So there you go. I'd
We
love a copy
used to
of
have
Florence given to, Jess says. Sweet as Paul. Take it, KP. Ivan says no.
we used to have the Rogan files, so
The Rogan files were wild.
probably better than the
But
files.
I admit that, and like, you know how we were talking about the statue and that before?
Yeah.
I'm a very bad loser. And I'm not a sore loser. I was saying that to Jess today. There's a big difference between sore losers and bad losers.
What's the difference?
Well, a bad loser is someone that you fester on it. You still shake hands, and no sore loser is someone that doesn't shake hands and is like blames everything. Oh, it was this, it was that. Doesn't take onus that they lost it. You know, a bad loser is you can accept we lost because we did something wrong or whatever, and then you'll fester on it and try. And I'll try everything in my power to that doesn't happen again. And I know that I'm a real. And Sir Alex says that in his book. He goes, I didn't just want a team of winners. He goes, I loved David Beckham. He goes, because he was the worst loser I'd ever met. He goes, when we lost, he was just
upset.
It killed him until we played again. He just had to rectify it.
Is that the same when you play?
100%. I'm a bad loser. Not a sore loser. I'll still shake hands. I'll tap people on the back, and I'll never be a sore loser. I hate sore losers, but I'll fester on it. But that's just me, and I know.
How long does it take for you to get over a loss?
It depends.
Okay.
I'm like everyone knows. Everyone pays me out. I'm a very carefree person, so I'll fester on it as long as I need to, and then I'll just let it go. I'll let it gone. I won't think about it ever again. It's just
so the Man United Spurs game on the weekend
pissed me off.
I know it pissed you off, right? But
I was thinking about it for days.
Is it gone now?
It's gone now because I know another game's coming.
Okay.
And I know you got to
But
get.
if that was
I know from a point of view, you just got to get back on the horse.
But if that was a grand
When we were
final
sitting
or a
here-
final,
And my dear friend Rob sat right there,
yeah,
and Man City beat us in the FA Cup final. I hated it.
Yeah.
But I did it because we were
I guess
alive.
it's like the Crow supporters on the weekend where they had lost that, you know.
yeah,
And
yeah. That's devastating.
yeah,
Did
that hurt you?
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
But I was playing soccer at the time. Didn't get to see it. I had to watch the replay.
Yeah.
And I watched it all, and I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, I just couldn't comprehend. But I've said it to you on the pod. I can't comprehend that the AFL. I don't like now that they sacked that umpire. That's a joke. That means the AFL have pointed the finger at him, sacked him when they're to blame.
They're to blame.
You guys should be getting sacked, man. Don't go sack that poor guy when there's a housing crisis and that's.
Yeah, I agree. That was it was his fault. No, it was their
He
fault.
just gave what
It
he
was their
saw.
fault, sorry.
You know, ball's
Yeah.
moving so quick, someone could have got in the way. That's what he saw.
That's what he saw.
Fair enough. Don't blame him.
Make the rules up where every score gets reviewed.
Exactly.
That's what I think.
Just saying, there's these chips at Audi called Burger Man, and they're shaped as little men, and they're pretty good, worth trying, Jess says. Guy says, Chris makes me hate Port.
I thought Crows supporters hate us anyway.
Well, I do. I said that to John. He told me that. He goes, Chris makes me not, and I go,
I
but
don't understand that.
I hate them anyway. It's nothing to do with Chris.
Yeah, what's it going to do with me? What's it
I
going to do
don't know
with
if
me?
I hate Port because
So before he was like good friends with me again.
Well, I don't know if I hate Port a lot because my dad was a Bays fan and my dad hates them because Port beat the Bays in like
Oh, yeah,
seven
of course.
grand final. Like the Bays hate them.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't know if it's because of that because my dad loathes them.
Yeah.
Because of that. Like and maybe that's why I hate them. I don't know. But yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, but why does he hate him because of me?
I don't know. Hi, KP, Chrissy, and everyone on the live chat tonight. Zakel, what's up, bro? Does that make you a man eater, Jess? Dr. Laz says. Why? Because they're little men. Oh yeah, Jess says. Zakel, how are you? Reem says.
I feel like I'm the only Port supporter that John knows.
I don't like them before, but Chris made it another level. There you go. He's saying he just didn't like them before. I hated them all the time.
Wait a sec. You're the one that says I'm the nicest supporter, and this guy's
you are.
saying
You're too nice.
no, but obviously not. Obviously not.
I think Chris Beach hates Crows because of damn. I agree with that. I think Chris Beach, he was being overly
I think that's why, because of
full on to the
Dan.
Crows the other day, and I think it's because of Dan.
Dan, yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. I agree
Yeah.
with that. GT's right.
I agree with that. Poor Beachy.
Hall and Oates one.
Hall and
I
Oates.
don't know. Man Eater, Hall and Oates. Do you know what though? I love GT, right? But his team are borderline almost my second hated.
What's his team?
West Coast.
I don't like West Coast.
West Coast.
I'll
And
tell
it
you
all goes back. I've told you what it is. Sorry, you go. Tell me yours. Tell me. Go.
the ones that don't like.
No, I know you don't like Geelong, but why West Coast? What is it?
Oh, there's a lot of reasons.
I've
Especially-
told you the reason.
Especially in the 2017 finals where Shuey ducks and they call a free kick when it wasn't, and they win the game and win the final. That started off a chain of events. Plus, when I lived in WA,
Yeah.
I couldn't stand them either. So
Jess is talking about the song, right? Hall and Oates. I think I know what she's talking about. And they're all laughing. Laz is like, I'm the only one that will get that. But I've told the reason why I hate West Coast. Because John Worsfold put Modra out the finals. And I remember watching that because I loved, I was like, I hate Worsfold to this day because of it. And every time he talked, even when he was a coach, I used to look at him like, that's the guy that fucking injured Modra.
I just don't like. I've never liked West Coast, but like
And he supports Liverpool too. Poor
the
Jude.
problem with West Coast is so bad now. You don't even really think about him anymore.
Yeah, no, but I agree with what Childo said. They won't stay that bad. They never do.
Nah.
They're a pretty well run club, and they're having their dip, which every club has. What everyone forgets is most clubs get this bad at some point. Crows did it. Port did it.
Yeah, of course.
Everyone does it. Carlton did it. Collingwood did it. Every club gets to that. North Melbourne are doing it. And it happens.
A lot
In footy, it's made to happen.
True, but there's a lot of teams like North Melbourne
That have been there a long time. I get that. I do get that.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. West Coast have historically been run good. They'll be back soon.
like Essendon's been shit.
Yeah.
Carlton's been.
But they're from Carlton and Essendon. I said it to you on the phone today. From reasons that they're to blame for. Carlton had a salary cap saga, going back to 90s.
Correct.
That set them back 30 years. It did. Then the stuff with Judd, with the Vizzy stuff, set them back again. Essendon with the drugs. They're to blame for that.
Yeah.
Not the system.
No.
Whereas North Melbourne run bad, they're probably to blame. But West Coast are down there because the system makes clubs do that. Like Hawthorn. They went from being the best club in the 80s, they were at the bottom and they came back.
Yeah,
and they're
yeah.
going, it happens.
I think West Coast did stuff up a lot of their recruits
They
in the
might
last 3-4 years.
They may have,
I
but
think.
I don't think they'll stay there.
And I think they kept too many old players.
Probably, but I don't think they'll stay that bad that long. Cats haven't been that bad since just after the Second World War, no less than 10th for 20 plus years.
But because I look like an eagle, I have to like them, I guess, a little bit.
I'd love to have coffee with Paulo Colo. Jess Toto Colo, I eat cannibals. What is that? Scouts are so important. Yes, they are.
I'd love to have a coffee with Pete Sampras.
Oh, Pete Sampras would be wild.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah, Pete
Huh?
Sampras would be wicked.
That'd
What
be
about,
wild.
what about if you could go back? I don't know if he'd speak. We'd have to speak to him. Alexander the Great.
Yeah, 100%. And Kolokotroni.
Colo Cotrone.
So I don't know if you historians out there that don't know who Kolokotroni was. He liberated Greece or freed Greece from the Turks for 400 years occupation.
William Wallace.
William Wallace would be cool, man.
But would it be the Mel Gibson's William Wallace or the real William Wallace? I like it. The Mel
Has to be
Gibson
Mel
one was
Gibson.
wild.
Mel Gibson.
He was wicked.
Oh, freedom.
You know when he comes in? You know that scene when he goes with the mace when that guy's dreaming about him and then he wakes up and he's there and he just maces him?
How about Leonidas?
Leonidas, yeah.
King
Yeah.
Leonidas.
Yeah, King Leonidas would be good. You say Leonidas, I say Leonidas.
Leonidas. Oh, that's
Yeah.
the Greek way.
Because that's how I just say it the Greek way.
Yeah, true.
Coffee with a Roman gladiator, yeah?
Well, you
Well,
know,
Maximus. Maximus was a...
everyone's talking about aliens now.
Mhm.
So I would want to have a coffee with an alien.
Do you reckon they drink coffee? Imagine they drink it, it just goes straight through. They're like, fuck, I've never drank anything like this. They
This
get
is
diarrhea.
wild.
No,
They get diarrhea?
They get diarrhea. They're like, this goes straight through you. Eagles.
That'd
Oh,
be
there's
cool.
one song I low-key love by them. I've got to find it again. I used to work at the airport and they would play this Eagles album on repeat. Nearly killed my soul, except this one song.
Marcus
Cypriot
Baghdadi.
tennis great Marcos Bagdatis.
Is he still playing?
Well, he's half Lebanese, so,
He's still
No,
playing?
no, I don't think so. Yeah. Marcos but my family met him. My family knew his family in
Oh,
Cyprus. Everyone in Cyprus knows each other, man. How about having a coffee with Luigi Lavazza? That would be fun. Just maybe Hotel California. What about Eagles? They sang Witchy Woman. You know that Seinfeld episode when he's obsessed with Witchy Woman? Like, and she's like, she's like, we can have Witchy. He's like, no, it's my song. No, it was some real slow one. Hotel California is a bit slow. Of course they know him.
Try
Yeah,
it.
they do. Listen, if you're in Cyprus, you know how they say everyone in Adelaide knows each other? The Greek side population of Cyprus is only 700,000, man. And like 650,000 of them are my relatives. So, yeah, you know what I mean? So, like, it's.
Oh my god! Oh yes, I would. Murray and Luigi, 100%.
Coffee with Mario and Luigi asking about how annoying Princess Peach really is.
I hate
It's like,
Princess.
you'd be there to be like, what the? Does she keep getting kidnapped by Bowser, man? Can't she put up some good security or something? I got to keep saving her from Bowser. That's wild. Desperado. Desperado. That's the one from Seinfeld. Remember he's like, she wants to share the song with him.
Yeah.
The guy that works for Carl Fuckman. Coffee with sushi mango.
Sushi, man. Oh, I love good coffee with them.
It'd be pretty funny. They'd want us to drink their wine.
They would.
Hey, we have our vino. They're the best.
I love Sushi Mango.
Oh, they're hilarious,
The
bro.
best.
They're wild.
We did a TikTok on them the other day. Try to get them to, have a look at it, but didn't do
Sushi
too
mango
well.
legends, man.
Didn't do too well, man.
We gotta get them. How good would it be if we could interview Sushi Mango?
It'd be so cool. Come on, Sushi Man. Come on the show.
What about
Come on the show.
What about Raka Raka? So I could ask their dad if we're related.
Coffee with Raka Raka would be...
My dad reckons if he could meet the dad, he'll tell you if we're related or not, because he'll know.
Well,
My dad
why
would
is
know
it
him.
spelled the same?
My dad said if he meets him and they're from Maradipu, that will be related. He just has to meet the dad, he said.
Well, let's do it.
Oh, I would like to.
Raka Raka, if you're listening, let's make it happen.
Let's make it, Philip. So,
I was going to ask you, say a movie set or a sitcom set. Which sitcom set or movie set would you love to sit there and watch, play out?
Seinfeld, Back to the Future.
Back to the Future would be number one.
Back
for
to the
me.
Future would be killer. The first one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back to the Future. Oh, Star Wars. Yeah.
Star Wars would be cool.
Yeah.
lot of
If I could meet, listen, I'd love to have coffee with Yoda
or Darth Vader
or Luke Skywalker. Just at the end when he was like,
or the Emperor.
Palpatine. Introduce me to Michael and Danny Philippi. Yeah,
Sit
well.
on the set of MASH.
Coffee with Andy Kaufman on my modern day
Jeez.
fave, Bill Burr. Bill would be so much fun now I think of it. You know which Bill would be good to meet? Billy Connolly.
He would be good.
Billy Connolly would be good, man.
Mm.
Billy Connolly. Andy Kaufman is a good one. Sophie Mango, ethnic dad's driving video is the best, and Dr. Laz is funny. Yeah, Sushi Mango, ethnic dad's driving. One of the best ones is the fish and chip shop, because it just reminds me of my dad and his brother when we had a shop. And the other one that I say is the best, we do it because we do it, is ethnic saying goodbye.
Yeah, we said that before. Yeah,
That's how but they like that.
they are.
Every ethnic will say goodbye here.
Typo Sophie.
Yeah.
Sophie Mango.
We knew what you meant. Every ethnic says goodbye like that. It just happens. It's like,
The best.
it is the best. Meet Billy Connolly after his show here years ago. There you go. Met Billy Connolly after his show here years ago. That's cool.
Mm.
That's cool. Billy Connolly would be a good one. He'd be a good one.
Do you get starstruck?
Depends. I don't know how big of a star it is.
No, say it's the Ronaldo of Brazil. Would you get Do you
I'll be a bit in awe of him. Just because of what he could do on the field. I'm like, that's what I'm in awe of, not him as a... I'll be in awe of just knowing what he was capable
What
of.
is capable of? Yeah.
What he like, Dr. Laz, he seems down to earth. About Billy Connolly is asking. Yeah, I don't know. Do you? I'm not sure. I haven't really... I don't know. Like, my brother Chris has met Ice Cube, Krillin.
That would be cool.
Listen, I'm going to out Chris here. Chris didn't have a coffee with Ice Cube, but he had a, as we say in Adelaide, a cone with Ice Cube.
A cone?
Chris can actually say he had a cone with Ice Cube.
Wow.
So when you see Krillin, he might seem unassuming, but he was a DJ.
He might seem unassuming.
He was a DJ here for a long time, and he met Beyonce.
Beyonce, yeah.
He met Exhibit.
Yeah.
Exhibit, Beyonce, Ice Cube. Not sure how many more, but they're the three. Did he have an iced coffee? That's wild. I got a bit starstruck standing in front of Zach Butters, I must admit. I have no idea why. Zach Butters? I met Patricia Field in New York City and played with her cat and got my hair done next to her. We talked. There you go. The jokes about the Glasgow shipyards shitting on the toilets are just so funny and real, the moment says. He was asked us lots of questions, seemed genuinely interested, probably for more material. It may be, because he is a comedian.
There you go.
Me and Jess saw Kate Blanchett and Chris Rock at Madison Square Garden.
I've seen The Rock, Triple H, and Brock Lesnar in a three-way.
I've seen Triple H here, Edge.
I've seen Eddie Guerrero.
I've seen he's a star now, Batista.
Yeah, I saw Eddie.
When he was fighting Edge for the world title.
Yeah.
You know, when all that feud was happening,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
saw them at the Entertainment Center. Triple H, Kane.
Kane.
When Kane did the fire, I felt it from the corporate box.
Far out. I never saw Undertaker though.
Nah, I saw Kane though.
Undertaker would have been probably the one.
Undertaker would have been good.
Mm.
Stone Cold would have been wild.
Some Kane would have been.
But yeah, I saw them live. Batista was massive, bro.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
but when he was standing next to Edge, and Edge isn't the biggest, but like he was huge, man. It was like he dwarfed him. Like Kane was massive, bro.
Vince McMahon would be a good one.
Vince McMahon would be a very interesting one. Even his dad, Vince
coffee
Senior,
with,
yeah, they would be. Just to know,
Just their knowledge about the business and how they built it.
yeah, that's true.
Vinnie Mac.
Vinnie Mac.
He's lost his way now, but
well, you're doing it for so long, you
but
can't.
he was.
You know, like it's like how we say about soccer managers, and you got to retire because you can't go forever.
Yeah.
Like he lost his way because he went too long.
Yeah.
But that doesn't change what he did.
Oh no, of course
he
not.
Was
He
amazing.
yeah, amazing. But
Freak.
he did.
Oh yeah, absolute freak.
Who else, man? There's so many people you like sit there and go, "Far out! I wish I could meet him." Or
I know. There's so many.
there's so many. Eh?
Who's one that you like know people would like to meet, but you wouldn't really care to meet? You know, but you know other people like them? Like someone that's famous, but you're like,
Like a
nah.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I wouldn't really care about that. I
No,
agree.
but a lot of people.
Oh,
like,
they love her. She's huge.
my daughter would love to meet her.
Oh, yeah. She's huge.
But-
But I wouldn't be.
No.
No.
Like stuff like that, Taylor Swift, just these singers that are coming out now, I wouldn't care about. Like, I wouldn't even look at them in the street.
Yeah. I know what you
I
mean.
wouldn't
Because we're
care.
not into it. But
Yeah,
like you
yeah,
said,
yeah.
if it's Michael Jackson or like...
Or Stone Cold Steve
Yeah,
Austin,
like Michael
forget about it.
Oh, you know, I wouldn't have mind to have met Tina Turner.
You did say that the other day.
Yeah.
Tina
Just
Turner.
to see, because what she went through, how she did it at that time, you know, she was
Mm.
getting abused and she still had this... Without Tina Turner, I don't think there's a Beyonce. Like, that's how big she was for that.
She was massive.
For the
man.
women and the black women in particular.
Mm. You know who I'd love to meet? Because he was like a crazy mind. Nikola Tesla.
Yeah.
And then Edison as well.
Yeah,
and see,
Thomas Edison.
And then see which one.
Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs, another one.
See, Bill
Just-
Gates is alive. I'd love to just talk to him.
Bill Gates.
Just to talk to him. Just to be like,
Not a big fan.
yeah, I know. Not that I'm the biggest fan, but like, look what he did. We're like using his shit now. Like,
We are.
do you know what I mean? Like, without Bill Gates, is there ever YouTube? When you think about it,
Maybe not.
because it ran on a computer. On
Maybe not.
these things.
Oh,
ran,
no. But Bill Gates didn't make YouTube.
no, he
though.
didn't. But
No. But they.
YouTube ran on a computer. It was a streaming service.
Oh, yeah.
So
true.
like, without Bill Gates, how much shit never happened when you think about it?
Maybe. Because Microsoft.
Yeah, because of Windows, Microsoft Windows.
Well, there was Steve
There was
Jobs.
that-
You can say that about Apple as well.
But see, the thing is, they knew each other, and there's all this.
Yeah,
They act like they were rivals, but they actually weren't. Like
Yeah.
Bill Gates gave him money to start up because he knew
Yeah.
he was going to be. But the movie tells you that they, you know, had rivalry in that. But I think Bill Gates got him started because he knew it was good to have competition.
I'll tell you one. Elon Musk.
Yeah, Musk would be a weird one. He
Just
would
have a
be.
coffee with him.
Yeah,
That would be tripped out.
they'd be tripped out.
Mm. I like Elon. I'm an Elon
Is
guy.
it because of how you imitate him? We did a short, and Chris is like, well, what the way that AI is these days, it just comes to you and it can make you a coffee and then it can kill you in the same sentence.
Can you just do the watcher? I want to meet the watcher.
I'd love to meet the watcher and say, were you the watcher?
Hi.
The way he does it, he's like, hello, 657 Boulevard. I am the watcher.
The watcher's the best.
The watcher's wild.
The watcher's wild. It's so good.
The most famous person I've spoken with would probably be actor/director Rachel Griffiths. She was very flirtatious, but just in a nice, fun way, the moment says.
Mm.
Alan Turing, inventor of the computer and savior of World War II. Alexander Graham Bell. Jess is saying, do Eddie Murphy, like imitate Eddie Murphy. Got to be in the right frame for Eddie Murphy. Jess always cracks up with this one imitate with Eddie Murphy. You know in Delirious when he's like, when he says he goes to the doctor, and he's
can't
like,
remember.
He's like, I went to the doctor, and the doctor's like, what's the matter? And he's like, fire come out my dick. He's like, what do you mean? You're having like a burning sensation? No, fire come out my dick. Like, I go to the toilet, burn the motherfucking house down.
I haven't seen it in ages.
I know Delirious and Raw and that off by heart, bro, because I
Jeez.
love him. And as the Aussie who invented the refrigerator, what a legend, motivated by the thought of cold beer. Is that true?
Oh, there you go.
Is that a fact? That's wild.
So that was Australian.
Well, mate, Bob Hawke could fucking scull the yard glass, and he was Prime Minister of the country. So.
The refrigerator. I think the refrigerator has really.
Is the refrigerator one of the best inventions ever?
It has to be.
Has to be. But isn't it funny? Remember my dad was saying when he grew up in Cyprus, they would leave meat hanging for 2 weeks and it wouldn't go off. They had no fridges.
No.
And he goes, now you put meat in a fridge and it goes off because it's pumped with so much shit. So how much better did they eat back in the day?
Probably.
Compared to us? We even think we're getting good meat, but it's probably still shit.
No, yeah, I know. True. Because a lot of it's got.
When he said that to me, it like makes you think. You're like, fuck, that's bad.
It's sad, man.
I know. Yeah, I know.
It's sad, but nah.
Yeah, that's wicked. I remember when my dad went to England, back to England in the 80s, his friend Marco goes, "Oh, you know, fellas bitter, you want a beer?" And my dad goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "Oh, you just get one off the shelf." And my dad goes, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Just get one." My dad goes, "I'm not drinking cold beer. I mean, warm beer." He's like, "Why?" He goes, "What are you know, he goes, Dilapicus? He goes, "You like gone mad?" And my dad went outside, put it in the snow, and he come back in, and he gave it to Marco. Marco goes, "Oh, this is nice." He goes, "Yeah, no shit, it's nice. It's cold."
Oh my God.
I know, man. KP, we love you. You are very funny. Thanks, Paul. That's good. Nice to hear that.
How about look, are you going to show the KSI?
You wanted to show this, didn't you? So
Well,
Chris,
I thought it was big news in TikTok, and I
Chris
thought
sent me this clip. I didn't even know about it. Apparently, no, that's far. That's the best bit. You know when he's saying about all my theos were like that. You know they want to start the barbecue with like kerosene,
Yeah.
and he's like, you know, Uncle Gus would come and he'd be like, yeah,
Uncle Gus.
He's like, I just put kerosene on the fire. And he's like, now that's far.
That's funny, man.
Eddie Murphy's the best, man. Yeah. All right, so Chris told me about this. I didn't even know about it. So Tommy Fury, who is Tyson Fury's half brother, is fighting KSI on the weekend.
I think coming up,
Yeah,
Had a
and
press conference.
John Fury, if everyone doesn't know, is the real Gypsy King, which means he's crazy. If anyone doesn't know, it means he was a bare knuckle champion.
He's a nut.
So Chris goes, apparently he lost it at this weigh-in, and I've never seen it. So
Well, no, it was a press conference.
press conference. So Chris goes, just wanted to show it to everyone. How long's it go for?
Look, there's two clips of it, so it'll go for 1:30. But the first one shows him going crazy, and the other one does show him going crazy, but it shows the other guys what they do.
So here, this is
So, have a look.
This is what happened, man. John Fury,
He's nuts.
he lost.
Have
it,
a look, guys.
And I'll, shall I turn our mic down?
Why is Tyson Fury talking Lucy? Why is he fighting God?
Talking all this bullshit.
I don't fighting, man.
My son, I'll fight him now, and I'll fight anything I can. Now, let's get the fucking ball rolling. Get the cake and shove it right your arsehole. Before I do it.
John, thank you, John.
I'm a machine. And to anybody question who I am here, if I take
It actually makes no sense as to why he did that, does it?
Look, I just thought it was funny.
I agree with Jess. Doing men no justice. Yeah.
What the heck is going on?
Is he doing all this
I reckon it's just
as an act now? Do you think he's just
yeah,
doing
I
it?
think it's gross.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Is he doing? Yeah. Is it staged now with him?
I reckon that was staged.
Because I mean, he doesn't need money. His son is like,
you had Logan
Yeah.
Paul on the
Yeah.
stage. Like
his son is
did we say
borderline
more?
a billionaire. So like, it doesn't need money. Is it just staged to make it
Yeah, I don't know.
to keep this image that he's some crazy guy?
Well, look, if Tommy Fury loses,
He'll kill him.
Tommy Fury will kill fucking
He
KSI.
should.
I reckon he goes first round and be gone.
Well, Tommy Fury beat Jake Paul, who's
In 8
better
rounds.
than Logan, and
In 8 rounds.
and Logan drew.
Did you
with
see about that?
KSI, didn't he?
So Logan, after Jake's fight with the
Tommy.
Nah,
Oh,
what was his name?
the one when he
UFC
won.
guy.
Yeah, I forget his name, man. I always forget his name.
Garcia, not Garcia.
Not Garcia. Silva.
Not Silva.
Anderson Silva.
No.
Oh, the one that he knocked out.
No,
Because he fought Anderson Silva and the other one he knocked out.
No, he fought. Jake Paul just fought on the weekend, last weekend. He fought.
Oh, Nate Diaz.
Nate Diaz,
Yeah,
that's the one. And his brother on the podcast goes on there and starts like, "Oh, that shouldn't have been me. Like, you're taking away all my fights." Logan was saying that to his brother, and his brother's like, "What?" And I used to I didn't like Jake much at all, but after this, I don't like Logan now.
I don't like either of them.
No, I like Jake was humble, man. The way he
Yeah.
was talking, and
Well,
he was just a big crybaby, bloody Logan
I've
Paul,
seen
mate.
True Geordie interview. Listen, I don't know much about them, and I think Jake puts on a lot of the shit for publicity. Because when I've seen him in interviews, I've only ever seen him in one. He was very like down to earth, normal.
He's pretty normal.
Yes, I think he. But they do it. They're celebrities now. They
Yeah,
got
but
to. Like,
c-
look,
c- compared to
Reborn said it
Logan.
probably to drum up publicity, as they have a TV show on Netflix now. So
Yeah,
they do this shit.
yeah,
these
maybe
guys.
it could be fake. You know, these days and this day and age, you just don't know.
They could all be
what's
mates.
real.
You remember they were saying Andrew Tate was going to fight Jake Paul,
Yeah,
and it was like they're probably like mates.
probably.
They just wanted to make money.
Yeah, I know. I just because they've got their own podcast called what's it called? Impulsive.
Who does the brothers?
Yeah, well, Logan runs it, and he had him on there, and they were like, it was like tensions in there, man. But
What, between brothers?
yeah, they're like arguing like for like an hour, just about because you know how he's got the Prime.
The drink, yeah.
Yeah, like he bought the Prime to one of Jake's events, and Jake is sponsored by the competitor of Prime, and he was wearing a Prime T-shirt, and he goes, "You got to take it off because
My competitor, yeah.
yeah, like can you just do that for
Yeah,
you're
you're my brother.
yeah,
Just-
can you please just take it off, like He's like, "No, whoa," and he was just being a dick about it. And he was, I don't know, you have to watch it but you probably won't. But anyway, I just found that Logan's a little fucking.
Why can't they
I
just
don't
sort
know.
out their ways that brothers are meant to sort out their feuds?
Well, this
Just
is where
punch each other out.
everyone's talking about a match, but
That's probably what they're doing.
That's probably what they're doing. 100%.
Me and my brothers, we used to kill each other.
But anyway, going back to that stage, I reckon it's fixed.
Yeah, I reckon it was staged. Yeah.
I mean, Tommy Fury, if you don't beat fucking KSI, there's problems.
So you got a younger sister. That's your only sibling.
Yeah.
I grew up with brothers and a younger sister, and we used to kill each other
Yeah.
like brawls. Brothers are all in brawls, and not just with brothers' friends. And why can't they just sort it out the way brothers are meant to and just punch each other out?
They probably will.
Like,
They probably will, man. But anyway, I just thought that was funny. I saw it today. I was like, maybe bring it
he
up.
just looked like an idiot. He made himself look silly. Because I agree with Amanda and Jess. It didn't look good. It made him look unintelligent.
He's done
And
that
the way
before,
he's
though.
like thrusting, it just looks like an
The
idiot.
thrusting thing was unnecessary.
Even everything was unnecessary.
Yeah, everything was.
He could have just got up and said,
Yeah.
my son's going to kick your ass. You're whatever, like they do.
It was for stage, man.
Yeah.
100%.
Like that's, unless he's just lost the plot. I don't know.
I don't know, man. The guy.
His brother his son, his actual full son, the other one, the champion,
Aren't they?
Tyson,
Aren't they both his full sons?
different mums.
Different mums.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's both.
Yeah, sorry, his brother, I mean his half brother, not his half son.
Tyson's half brother.
Yeah. So Tommy, but Tyson, he loses it a bit on interviews now too.
Oh, really?
He's not as down to earth as he used to be.
What's wrong with him?
I don't know.
The
I think
money's
money's
got to him?
gotten to him, yeah. Because he always used to go on about, oh, I'm a fighter before I'm a this, oh, I don't do anything for the money. But he does everything for the money now. He's like sold his soul a bit.
Yeah, that's sad, then.
So people have lost a bit of respect for him, I think.
Bit sad.
KP is Cyprus and Persian the same thing? Well, Persian is a race. Cyprus is a country. So
Persia. That's Iran, isn't it?
yeah, I think so. Iranians. No. Iran and Cyprus are two different things. Cyprus is European, man. Cyprus is a country under the European Union.
Is it?
Yeah, Cyprus is.
I didn't know if it
We
was.
use the euro. Well, we're European, aren't we? What do you think we are? We speak
Just-
Greek and we're
I
not
just thought you were just Cyprus.
just their own country.
Just their own.
They got their own.
I mean, that would
laws.
be the best.
They just got their pirates. They got their own law.
No one wants to be in the Euro.
No, they only joined it because they threatened them.
Yeah.
Euro. They said to them, "We're not going to let you in the union unless you change to the euro."
Yeah, it's bullshit.
And then, like Rob said last couple, whenever it was, we had, I say we, saying Cyprus had the strongest dollar in the world, and they made them change to the euro, which fucked them up. Like, they should never, like Greece should never have changed to it.
The drachma was so much easier back
Yeah.
in the day.
Yeah, Cypriots, we're called Greek Cypriots, man. And then there's Turkish Cypriots. But yeah, Persians are Iranian, I think. Iranian, I'm pretty sure. And
But you know how you got Cyprus that goes to the Olympic Games? They're the
Okay.
Greek Cypriots.
yes.
Yeah.
The Turkish Cypriots, Turkish side of Cyprus, the only country in the world that recognizes the northern part is Turkey.
Right.
Because they're not a recognized government to anyone in the world but Turkey.
Right. Okay.
So work
That's
that one
weird.
out. Yeah,
That's
exactly. Why do they recognize them? Because they're them. They consider it an extra state of Turkey, really, when
King of the North.
it's all Greek to me. That's what my dad would say.
He's 7% Greek.
Childo's wild. It's all
Sure.
Greek to me. Yeah, so yeah, they're the only country that recognize the northern side of,
Yeah.
of
Okay.
Cyprus. And like I've said on here before, they get anyone that lives on that side, they don't pay for water, they don't pay for electricity, they get it all from us. And then if the Greek side one day goes, oh, we're going to turn it off, what's going to happen? Turkey will come take our whole country because they're so powerful.
Far out.
If we turn around and try to start a war with them, are America, are Greece going to come help us? No way.
Probably not.
No, they're not because they didn't before.
So why doesn't Turkey just take it all anyway?
Because they know now if they did that it's happening in this day and age, it'll probably start a world war of some sort. But if they wanted to, they could. Because they're huge, man. Turkey massive.
Oh, they're big.
But I think Cyprus have close ties with Russia,
Oh, okay.
which might scare them
Yeah.
because there's a lot of Russian mafia in Cyprus,
Is that?
Yeah.
That's wild.
which probably makes them a lot of money.
Jeez.
So, KP, we love you. You are awesome. Thanks, man. What about Chris C?
What about me, man? Paul, no love for Chris C.
Chris C's
I thought we were friends. I thought we were mates.
Chris C's wild.
He loves, you know who Paul loves? He loves you and he loves the King of the North.
Does he love the King of the North?
He hates me and Kenny G.
Doesn't know. Doesn't know. Yes. Hi, KO the N. I love you, Chris C. There you go.
Woohoo!
There you go,
I love
man.
you too.
That's the best.
That's wild.
Childo is wild. You know, John goes, I like Childo more than King of the North. That's what he said. John goes, I like the Childo nickname better.
That's not bad.
He's got two good
The
nicknames.
legend
man.
Paul is
The
here.
legend Paul is here. He's got two good nicknames, man. I love how he changed it to KO the N.
He did that for you.
I know, legend. Because I was like, well, it's not con because there's a T there. That's wild.
KO the end.
That's good, man. He did well. He did well.
It is good. It is good.
He
His
did
merch is really cool. I like the merch.
It's funny, man. That background, should I bring that background where it looks like we're...
Which
Oh,
one?
Why didn't I bring that up? Where it looks like we're at... It's like King of the North background. See if I can get it.
Kothan.
It was this one, wasn't it? Let me look.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's wild.
Wait, it'll come up?
The King's Wash.
We're just moving, guys. Sorry.
That is wild.
It's the King of the... That's his what?
Oh my
That's
god, it's the King.
That's his laundry. That's
That's
Childo.
his laundry.
That's Childo owns that laundromat.
We had a good show last night with the King. It was
It was funny.
It was funny as man. If you guys want a good laugh, and if you weren't on the show last night,
So,
a lot of good bands.
Can I ask a question in regards to the HFD community?
Yeah,
What is the beef between Dam and
Chris
Chris
Beach.
Beach? Because I don't even know what it is.
It's just.
Is it just because Dan
banter.
was giving him shit one day?
Yeah.
And what, he just didn't like it, goes, fuck this, I'm banning him.
I guess so.
That's all it was? It was
But
nothing.
every time we say to unblock him, he never. It's like he dodges the question.
It was like nothing derogatory. Dan didn't say anything.
I don't think so. He just
I don't
got,
think
him,
he-
got him rolled up though.
Yeah, because it was about Carlton.
Got him rolled up.
So he
Yeah.
got rolled up about his sport,
Yeah.
about his team, sorry, and he didn't like it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. So I don't know, man.
That's funny, man.
Well, he was giving it last night though.
Damn.
No.
Oh, Chris Beach. Yeah.
Last night he was giving it.
But Damn couldn't see it.
That's what it. That's what it
That-
is.
yep,
There
that's
you
what
go.
it, okay, I was just asking because I missed that show when it all happened. I remember I came back the next
It
one.
was.
It was a watch along.
I can't remember.
I think it
exactly.
actually happened on a watch along, the banning.
Yeah.
Because then I remember I came back and then I remember Damn goes, Chris Beach has banned me. And I'm like, what? What are you talking about?
Damn does get a bit too much sometimes, and and if you haven't got the thicker skin, people can get offended.
Listen, if I could give anyone a Damn said Blues minus 60. Is that what started it all?
Hey,
Is that what started it? GT goes, Damn said Blues minus 60.
I think that's what it was. Nah, it wasn't. Nah, I think that was the start of it,
Yeah.
but and then he blocked him after that, after a few
Earpods are
comments
in.
after that.
Testing the podcast. Well done. Yeah, okay. Well, we've banned a few people. I love his banter too.
It's all right.
Listen, if there's any piece of advice I could give anyone, because I've copped it on the field and that to the nth degree. I've had it big time. When people banter you, mate, it's water off a duck's back.
Yeah, 100%.
Unless they start meaning things personally, and even when they do that, it means even less because it just means they're a moron.
Yeah, that's right.
But Damn does it in jest. You know he does. Everyone knows he does. Don't even worry about it. It's Damn's awesome. Jess said, I loved, and along those lines, GT says, GT's wild, man.
GT is
I
wild.
love it. GT's like the mediator because he was there for it all. He's like
He's there every single time.
GT's the best.
Damn's always can't get his phone charged
Damn's
or
like,
whatever.
I can't join the Discord.
Because
Oh,
I can't charge my phone.
oh,
I need to charge my phone. Sorry,
Is
guys.
Damn here? Where's my coffin chip, man? Listen, I'll tell you what.
Nah, they're good blokes. Well, I love the community. It's good.
I'll smash that coffin chip.
You would.
Me and Jess went to House of Chow last week.
Yeah, you told me.
Yeah,
How
and
was
I got the Szechuan chili pork.
Was it good?
Well, they said to me when I had it, they were like, we got to warn you, this is...
Hot.
And it was nothing compared to the chip I already had.
There's a new Zinger burger at KFC and it's really hot.
Smash it.
All right, we'll do it next week.
Smash it. But that doesn't mean I have to eat a burger, though.
You can just take one bite, bro.
I'm on a diet, man. GT has love for
There you
everyone
go,
he
guys.
does.
Last time I said he was on the diet, I was like, oh, what diet,
Yeah,
man?
I'm
What
only
diet,
joking.
man?
Oh, no, I'll eat it. I'll eat it.
It's just one burger, man. It's not
What
going
is
to
it,
kill you.
Zinger? Yeah, I'll eat it.
Yeah, it's mostly
Could
protein.
kill you.
Mostly protein anyway.
Could kill you.
Oh,
What is it meant to be in comparison to what?
It's like a Zinger, but they've got spicy sauce
But
on
what's the bet? Do I have to eat it and not have a drink again for 10 minutes or?
it. Yeah.
Okay. I'll do that.
Nah, it's not that hot.
It's not?
It's not as hot as like the Reaper that you had.
Oh, well, there you go.
Nah, it's not that hot. But apparently it's pretty hot,
Well,
which is
I
good.
want to do the coffin chip live.
Yeah, let's do it.
Damn's meant to be giving it to me.
Damn. Yeah. Look. Thank you for the donation tonight, Dan. But you're still a few bucks short.
Yeah, I love yous all. Or just review it, Jess is saying about the
Yeah,
chip.
we- We'll review the Zinger burger.
Clocking off. Have a great day, everyone. Thanks, Dr. Laz. For everyone that wants to see Dr. Laz and meet him, he will be live with me and Johnny on Monday night. For anyone that hasn't seen him live.
And also the footy show next week is going to be massive because it's going to be like end of season.
End of season. So is it,
Review.
will that be Tuesday
Because
or Sunday?
I want to get John on there. So
Well, he can do Monday, Tuesday. He can do Tuesday next week.
I think I'm.
That'll be his first day shift
Yeah.
because he's available Monday. Yeah, it'll be his first day shift.
So yeah, hopefully Tuesday we'll I'm
Yeah.
off to take care, peeps. Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
be. I'll be home soon.
Yeah, we're off too.
But yeah, it's probably Tuesday.
So I believe
Tuesday.
nothing's happening tomorrow for HFD. Is it Thursday night off?
Might do a watch along Friday, but that's
Friday
not,
there may be a watch along, but we're not 100%.
No.
If not, there'll be some gaming.
Yeah.
One or the other, there will be something.
Saturday
all
night.
just says Saturday there should be a watch along for the goal rush.
Yeah.
Yeah, Saturday night, which will be main game, Man United, whoever. Man United, Nottingham Forest. Then Sunday there won't be anything. Monday night there'll be the Premier League weekly wrap.
Yep.
And then Tuesday will probably be the AFL season wrap.
Yep.
Going into finals.
And then Wednesday podcast.
Yep, and to look into finals. So it'll be season wrap and finals preview.
Be a huge one.
Season wrap and finals preview.
Preview.
Is that what it'll be?
100%.
Yeah, cool.
So, and if there's anything you guys want us to talk about on this podcast that we're on now, let us know in the chat or Discord. Check out Discord, guys,
listen,
in the
guys,
description below.
Whoever hasn't joined the Discord, if you're there, it's in the description. Please join the Discord. You can interact with us there. That is where we are going to do our first ever call-in to the podcast. We're going to do it through Discord. You're not going to see your face. We're going to do a call-in. Remember we said we're going to do a call-in show?
Yeah.
Everyone said they'd like to do it.
Yeah.
We're going to do it through there. So, yeah, if you're ever interested in that, please. I think we've got almost 30 members now. I think back to when we started the Discord, it was me, Chris, Jess, and that.
Yeah, that was it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just growing. People are growing. People coming out of nowhere.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay. So people are seeing it. Joining. NM love yous all.
Well said, Con.
What's NM? NM.
Nem love yous all.
Well said, Con. It's KO. The
NM.
NM's wild.
NM.
Eminem. Eminem's wicked.
Eminem would be cool to meet.
Eminem would be interesting.
Ice Tupac would be cool.
Dr. Dre,
Tupac and Eazy-E.
Eazy-E would have been interesting. See, I think instead of Eazy-E, I'd rather meet Cube or Dre because they were the brains behind it.
Yeah, true. But Eazy-E couldn't even rap.
No, it was all Ice Cube wrote it all.
That's right.
They taught him everything.
He was great though.
Oh, he was good.
I loved his.
He was charismatic.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Dre, yeah,
Dre would
Dre.
be cool.
Dre
Dre's
or
still
Cube?
around.
Dre's around.
But other rappers, yeah.
I'd like to meet. You know who I'd like to meet, but I want him to be in character.
Who?
Chris Tucker, but I want him to either be Smokey or
Smokey
Ruby Rod from Fifth Element.
even
Rod.
Rush Hour when he's
yeah.
What's his name?
Oh, he's the best in Rush Hour, man.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
Oh, Jeff Bennett quote. See, we don't know these things, man.
Carter. He's great.
You know
Rush
when
Hour's one of
you
the
know
great-
when Jackie Chan is eating it and he's like, well, that's eel, and he goes in there and he's like, I have some eel.
Do you rate that as a trilogy?
Yeah,
It's a good trilogy.
it is. The first one is one of my favorite movies, man.
It is good.
Even the second one's good. The third one's not as good,
Third one's not as good.
but the first two
First two
are
are great.
really good. If you like action comedy,
I love when he
they're
goes.
two of the best action comedies ever.
I love when he goes into that massage place and they've all these
All the blokes are in
all
there,
the
like,
blokes and he's like
and he's like threatening him.
where's Junta?
Where's Junta? Where's Junta at? You know Junta? Where's Junta at? You know Junta? Junta.
Remember when he's
Hey,
singing
Junta.
that Michael Jackson song?
Yeah.
These people love me, Lee.
Oh,
they
he's
love
good.
me, Lee.
He's real good at doing Michael Jackson, man.
I'll be right back.
He's good at him and Eddie are so good at imitating Michael
He's
Jackson.
great.
Like,
Yeah.
when he does the dance, he's so
Chris
good at
Tucker's
it.
good.
He's real good at
Yeah,
it.
he's
I'd love to meet him. Jess says E Honda.
E Honda's wild.
Love to meet Ryu.
Ryu.
The best. Oh man,
How bad was Street Fighter with Van Damme?
the movie
Oh,
terrible,
terrible movie.
but it was Van Damme, so you watched it. You know,
I
and
know.
Kylie Minogue was in it.
But yeah, Mortal Kombat, the first one was good.
The first Mortal Kombat with Christopher Lambert, and that was good.
Oh, it was great.
That was
Remember
good.
how sleazy was Shang Tsung?
Well, he was meant to be.
He's like Scorpion Sub-Zero,
Yeah,
deadliest of
because
enemies,
he was meant to be.
but slaves under my power.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Goro, how good was Goro?
Goro was wild. I love at the end when Shao Kahn came and he's like, "You weak, pathetic fools! I've come for your souls.
Yeah,
It was the best.
Number 2 was bad.
It was bad.
You know what?
Annihilation was it?
When
It was a
Liu
good terrible.
Kang fought Reptile,
Terrible.
I loved when
Did you?
when he played. When
Oh
he,
yeah.
the
When he
first
fought him,
one.
yeah, and the first one was good. Yeah.
No, the second one's shit.
Second one was terrible.
Second one's
The
shit.
second one was so bad.
Oh.
Second one was real bad.
And then they made the new one over here, and it was shit.
I didn't watch it.
Oh no, don't watch it.
Yeah, I was told not to.
The first scene's cool. It's like, oh, this is gonna be good.
Yeah, is that the
It's like,
Sub-Zero scene?
Yeah, it's
You
like,
think
this is gonna be. You're like thinking, oh, this is gonna be
it's like
killer.
Sub-Zero kills Scorpion or
I'm
something, doesn't
like,
he?
is this? Did they just kill Mortal
So
Kombat?
why did they do that? If I heard the first scene was epic, like isn't that
It
when
was.
Scorpion or
Yeah.
Sub-Zero goes and kills?
Yeah, the first
Yeah.
scene of that movie was killer, and the rest of the movie sucked ass. So bad. Like, how could they make a movie so iconic, like such an
A
iconic
game, such an iconic game. Like,
Yeah, like, and you could have done it so, like, you just need a good director, like a Steven Spielberg,
yeah.
or something, like, just someone, you know.
But we say that about all. It's like now with the new Star Wars, we're all like, how could you do this to such an iconic
It's all
franchise?
about money.
Like, yeah,
When
no.
money gets involved, it's
terrible.
terrible, bro. You know who's another one I want to meet? Nicolas Cage.
You know, there's another one I didn't say him, and I should have said him.
What?
Conan the Barbarian himself,
That'll be cool.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. I would love to meet Arnold. Nick Swartzen would be a laugh to hang with. Nick Swartzen is hilarious, man. He's a comedian.
Who's that?
He's fucking funny, man. This guy,
Yeah.
dude. He's
I've never seen
he's
him.
like in the Adam Sandler group of mates. He's
Oh, okay.
fucking hilarious.
I love
man.
Adam Sandler.
Oh, he's so funny. This guy. Yeah, I'd love to meet Arnold.
Arnold would be interesting.
Real interesting.
Hmm.
You know, rags to riches from Europe. Like,
I don't know why, but I've got no intention of wanting to meet The Rock.
no, me neither.
Don't know why.
No. I don't know, man. The Rock. I don't know. Seems a bit like.
I don't know why.
I know he wants to be the top dog. It's like he sold his soul a bit. Like I
That's
said,
how I feel.
Fury.
I feel like he's sold his soul.
Yeah, that's what I get from him.
I got that vibe.
I get that vibe from him too.
Mm.
Love to meet Arnie, man.
Yeah, Arnie would be cool.
Forgot about him before. Arnie would be real
Or
good.
Stallone,
I'd go Arnie before him, but I'd like to meet Stallone too.
Bruce Willis. I know he's dying now,
Bruce, I'd love to.
Isn't he
meet Bruce.
dying?
Yeah.
Or
Oh,
what?
he's not dying. He's not well
but yeah.
because he's got that. It's a type of amnesia, I think, isn't it? Like a type of Alzheimer's. I like Arnie. He's clever and cunning as well as talented. Yeah, I agree. He is.
Yeah, Arnie's great.
He is great.
I mean, you know, he was the governor of California.
Think about what he's done. He was just a
He's done
a
everything.
guy in poverty that lived in Europe.
Oh, his
Austria.
story's amazing.
He was in the army, right? You know, he used to break out at night as a 16-year-old to go work out at the gym because his dad and that wouldn't let him. He was in the army and that. Goes on to become Mr. Olympia, Mr. Universe, the icon of bodybuilding. They told him you'll never be an actor because of your accent. Goes on to become
Oh, he's
the biggest action
biggest-
star in history.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't care what anyone says.
No,
Right?
yeah. Oh,
And
yeah,
then
he's amazing.
From that, goes into politics, becomes the governor. The only thing he hasn't done, and it's because it's in the Constitution that he's not allowed to, is be president. Because if it wasn't, he'd be president. He would have done it. I'm telling you, his story is next level. He would have been a great. But I don't know how good he was as the governor,
I don't
but
know.
he did it. The fact
people
he did
do
it
like
because
him,
he's
so-
very, very. Yeah, people love him. Yeah,
He's a likable guy.
he is. He
Yeah.
is.
President, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, president. Yeah, he would have been. He would have been.
They reckon The Rock's going to become president.
Well, he's born in America, so he probably could. Mate, if you've seen Donald Trump as president, don't shout. Don't think it's beyond the realms of possibility because he was just a businessman, wasn't he? And I mean,
He
what's
was.
his name back in the day was an actor, wasn't he? Carter. He became president.
Wasn't Ronald Reagan
Both of them, Carter and Reagan, were like actors, and they
They
became
were.
presidents.
Yeah,
So,
can happen. I just don't like I don't know. There's
You
something
know,
about him.
do
Something
you
about
remember in Eddie Murphy Delirious? It's like he says it. He goes, "These actors," he goes, "they go to run to be presidents and politicians, and then they're like all these like drunk men. They go out and they'll be like, I just voted for Jesse Jackson." He goes, and they wake up the next morning, they're like, he fucking won. He goes, because all these people will go do it for a laugh, go vote for them.
Yeah.
They'll never win. That's what I reckon they did with Trump. He won't win. I'll just vote for Trump. Yeah. Fuck, he won. You know what I mean? And that's what Eddie says that in the 80s about Jesse Jackson. He's like, people would have been doing it for a laugh. Yeah, voted for Jesse Jackson. and then he wins, you know, because that's what it's like over there.
Yeah.
Here, an actor doesn't go fucking become prime minister, do
Here?
they?
No
They don't
way.
become a politician. Like it's
Well, they're all actors anyway. I reckon.
Obama spoke well, yeah. Yeah, I seen him. Jess is saying I seen him speak as the governor. He speaks better than any of the presidents she's seen. Like, and he does. He speaks well. Obama did speak well too. He was.
They all speak the same, man.
I don't know.
A lot of the way.
Yeah, I agree. Obama
the
spoke
accent.
well. He had a good.
But you see all the.
He seemed humble. Like
Yeah,
this
well,
one
like-
doesn't speak well. Biden doesn't.
Have you
speak well.
noticed that like whoever's like the prime minister
Here?
here all speak similar?
Yeah,
They got that twang. It's
they're
like,
a bit posh.
the fuck? Just
Yeah.
speak normally, you dickheads.
Well, they're trying to give that off that persona that they're a,
Like, have you
they're a
heard
great
Albanese speak?
politician.
Have you heard that Albanese
Yeah.
speaks? Like, the fuck, bro? Like, just speak normally. Oh yeah, like yeah.
Well,
prime-
my fellow Australians, I am an idiot. That's what I hear when they talk.
yeah, basically. That's what I hear. No, the Australian politicians are the worst.
Yeah.
I don't think there's not one good one.
I've never liked.
I've
any
never seen a good one.
The only, I know my dad. The only.
I mean, maybe in the day there was.
Yeah, my dad. The only
Not now.
prime minister my dad really ever liked was Paul Keating. He doesn't even really like any. And listen, from the ones that I've seen, I've never liked the prime minister. Labor, Liberal, nothing.
No.
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 No way they speak the same. Jess is saying there's a huge difference. Yeah, but the presidents definitely. Yeah, I agree. The
No,
president.
I'm not saying like just the way they their twang.
Yeah,
is
yeah.
the same.
Yeah. I know.
That's
what
what I
you
mean.
Same accents.
Same
and-
accents. Yeah. That's what I feel like. It's always the same accent.
Anyway, good night. Jess says good night, Jess. We're gonna get off. Soon.
We're gonna go, guys. I gotta be up really early.
We do.
But look, thanks for everyone for coming in. Good podcast. Hope you enjoyed
It
it.
was interesting. It was a very good topic.
It was. So as I said, if you got any new topics that you want us to cover, let us know, guys, in the Discord or in the comments or the chat, and we'll go back and review them, and maybe we'll talk about them.
Exactly, we will do, guys. If there's anyone new still here, please like, share, comment, subscribe. KP, yes, the Governor Arnie KP. There is a video on YouTube, Arnie riding an electric bike by himself, and Arnie stops to talk to the guy without Secret Service. There you go. Yeah, he's down. I think he's a down-to-earth guy. I agree with that. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Any final thoughts, big man?
Go the power, mate. Richmond this week, we got ya. And good luck to everyone tipping. If anyone wants any tipping advice, I'm here.
For the Premier League?
Yeah.
Not for footy.
Footy, I'm finished.
Don't
No,
ask him about footy. Well done, guys.
no, have a good week, guys, and we'll see you next. We'll see you on during the weekend. I
See you on
guess.
the next one. Stay hunky.
Stay hunky, guys.